won the Air It Out Challenge. All right, what do you got for bets?
Just a couple of bads here. The Charlotte Hornets, I give a bad. I mean, I understand if you didn't think you could afford because of tax reasons and all that to give Kemba Walker the entire Supermax, but to come in with an offer $60 million below what you could pay him, that's a poor message. I don't understand how you're selling that to your fans.
I know it's not pinching pennies because we're talking millions here, but in essence, is that what Jordan was doing?
I don't know. I mean, at the very least, get up to what the normal max would be, not the super max. Give him the 190, offer the 190, but to just come in $60 million below that, below the super max, just that, I don't know. I don't know what you're selling your fans when you make offers like that to what is clearly your best player.
Yeah.
I give a bad to the Cubs, who have now lost all 3 series they've played the Reds this year. The NL Central as a whole gets a bad. No team was over 500 in the month of June. Brewers and Cardinals both went 13-13. The Cubs were 14-15. The Reds 11-13, and the Pirates 11-15. So no team in the division was over 500 for the month. And then I give a bad to the Knicks because it's unbelievable that they have put that organization in a place where they cannot pay a superstar to come play for them. They all keep saying no. It's crazy to me.
Yep, Knicks free agency whiff, certainly a bad on my list. The whole NBA free agency charade that they really started negotiating at 5 o'clock Central Sunday. Come on. Give me a break. There's been tampering going on. There has been negotiations. There's been conversations. It's all been happening leading up to Sunday night. They may as well just say, that night you sign officially, instead of waiting another 5 days until July 6th to officially announce it. That is a bunch of crap. But it was a flurry of activity. It was a lot of fun to watch last night. I give a bad to the Indians. You can give a good to the Orioles, but I give a bad to the Indians for somehow losing 13-0 back-to-back games to the Baltimore Orioles, even though the Indians are not the best team in the world. And that's all I have for bads. What do you got for uglies?
Oh, the one ugly. The old New York Mets. Man, oh man, oh man. Things are rough for the Mets. Not only did they lose their 7th straight game on Saturday, which they finally did break the losing streak yesterday, but they had a celebration on Saturday of the 1969 championship team, the amazing Mets.
That they did. That they did.
However, during that celebration, there were 2 guys who were not there because the Mets thought they were dead.
Yeah.
So the Mets on their board
in memoriam
listed Jim Gosger and Jesse Hudson as we remember guys. Problem is, both are still alive and would have actually liked to have been invited to the celebration, but they just were left off the list because they thought they were dead.
They didn't remember him that well, did they?
That is ridiculous.
How in the world can you screw that up?
Gosh.
The best, I think it was Gosger, tweeted a picture of himself on the board saying, "I'm glad you remembered me, but I'd like to have been invited."
That was going to be my one final thing, but I'm glad you got to it because this is just so comical. I mean, it is just absolutely.
So when you talk about how bad the Knicks are,
incredible.
remember the Mets don't even know who's alive of their former players.
Mets are, I'll see your Knicks and I'll raise you.
How I can imagine the Mets people when they see one of these guys tweet the picture of himself on the thing, thanks for remembering me, but would have loved to have been invited.
Well, they finally announced that they're going to put a statue of Tom Seaver, at Citi Field. I think they named one of the streets Tom Seaver Way. They finally did that. You know why they did that? Because they finally heard that he is in ill health. I'm not saying that he's absolutely, passing away here in the next day or so, but he's in ill health. So they were like, "Oh, let's hurry up and do something." They're never proactive. They're always reactive. And then they botched this.
They couldn't be more proactive. They killed 2 of their former team members. That you can't get more proactive.
They're murderers.
Than that.
That's what they are.
I mean, that's very proactive. If you're remembering guys in memoriam before they've actually died, that is very proactive. But they have apologized. But I just don't even understand how.
Correction. These 2 players are alive.
Here's a note to teams: when holding a celebration, if you're going to have some guys who you are going to do a little in memory of, double check. Just make sure they're dead. And maybe you actually
try to contact them.
Maybe you need to send them an invitation to actually be there.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Mets, today is also Bobby Bonilla Day. So
Yeah.
their annual payment to Bobby after almost 20 years.
Oh my gosh, I've talked about that like every single year. I think at Bobby Bonilla Day. But the Mets, you know what? You hope they live and learn, or would it be die and learn in this case? My ugly.
He has an ugly cough. That's what there's his ugly.
He gets choked up over the death of Gosker and Hudson. Just imagine how choked up they were.
Jeez. Hang on.
I know it's tough. Tough to realize those guys are gone.
My ugly is.
But we remember them.
Now this is serious. Now I'm trying to make the segue here. Jared Lorenzen, the former quarterback at Kentucky.
Big boy.
Yeah, what was his nickname?
The hefty lefty.
The hefty lefty. In the hospital, battling a serious infection in his kidney and heart. Pretty darn serious. The family has made a statement to please understand their privacy and things of that nature. So hopefully he'll survive this thing. Not sure exactly how it all came to be, but an infection that is certainly a serious situation for Jarrett Lorenzen. Before we take the break, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game reserves were announced yesterday. Anything that floats your boat?
No.
One
Water.
One Cardinal for the second straight year?
I don't remember.
Who was the Cardinal? I hadn't even seen the reserves yet.
Paul DeYoung.
Oh, that's right. Paul DeYoung. Yep.
Paul DeYoung was, I believe, last year's only representative.
I still
right?
think Colton Wong should have been there. He needs a Gold Glove for sure.
3 Dodgers starting pitchers were named to the team. Clayton Kershaw, Hyun-Jin Ryu, and Walker Buehler. Max Scherzer, as you would expect, named to the National League pitching staff.
Hopefully they won't remember any fallen All-Stars that are not actually fallen.
Some of the National League reserves, including Pete Alonso of the Mets. We talked about him in the home run hitting contest, having a terrific year. Chris Bryant of your Chicago Cubs. Cubs also had 2 starters on the team. A couple of American League pitchers of note. 2 Houston Astros, Garrett Cole. I make that 3 Houston Astros. Ryan Presley, Garrett Cole, and Justin Verlander. Aroldis Chapman, the closer for the Yankees, also named to the American League pitching staff.
Fleet Feet, folks, is the place to go to get your shoes for running, walking, or just good shoes for everyday use that are just right for you. They could take care of you at Fleet Feet, either one of their 2 locations, East Memphis, Poplar Perkins Extended there in the Laurelwood Shopping Center, next door to Panera Bread Company, out in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levy, next door to the Hueys. Those are the 2 locations. You go in there, they take a look at you running or walking, and based on your mechanics, the kind of the way you run or walk, they'll fit you in shoes just right for you to make sure you avoid injuries or any other problems. Plus, they've got other gear for you, all the things that you would possibly need. They've got their group runs, their monthly pub run series, training programs, and other things that they do as well that you can get involved with at Fleet Feet. So go by and see them. You can also go to fleetfeetmemphis.com or their Facebook page to keep up with what they do have coming up, what they've got going on, and how you can get involved. Did also want to mention, I was talking to Jay over at Edwin Watts. Edwin Watts today, starting at 1 o'clock, so starting here in a little bit, they've got a representative from Titleist that's going to be in the store doing ball fittings today. So you want to go over to Edwin Watts, get fitted for balls from Titleist. They do have somebody from Titleist there doing ball fittings in the store starting at 1 o'clock today.
All right, we need to take a final break. We'll come back and wrap it up with one final thing. This is Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today, 6482 Poplar Avenue just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland, or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
His wife's words echoed in his mind.
You never fix anything around here.
Well, today that would change. He would fix the water heater. He'd show her that he was the handyman of this house. He was more than capable. Oh, no. Covered it. August 14th, 2008. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the Little Red Tractor from Case IH, the Farm All, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Mid-South Ag Equipment can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horsepower ranging from 30 to 105, plus an army of attachments, these tractors can tackle every chore on your to-do list. Call 662-890-3141 or stop in today to find a Case IH Farm All that's right for you.
Hi, this is Troy Five Ash, owner of Five Ash Roofing. If you're in need of a roof, there's no better place to start than Five Ash Roofing. No matter what your situation is, we have you covered. We can walk you through the insurance process without committing fraud like many of my competitors. You'd be surprised how many times salesmen and contractors will manufacture storm damage just so they can get a sale. We do residential, multifamily, and commercial work. We're certified in every form of roofing we offer. Our labor warranties are for the life of the shingle, and we don't charge extra for that. And to my knowledge, there's no other roofing company in Memphis offering that level of security. And if that's not enough, we offer a best price guarantee. We are the official roofer of the University of Memphis Athletic Department and a proud member of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
And now, the worst commercial ever.
I'm Jake. And I'm Jack. We're the Plow Guys. How do we keep your driveways clean? With commercial auto and business insurance through Progressive. They help through the customized insurance plan that keeps our business on the road. And that's news worth shouting out loud simultaneously.
Enthusiastic yelling at the same time.
Yeah!
Terrible. Whereas commercial auto and business insurance through Progressive is anything but. Visit progressivecommercial.com to quote today. Insurance provided and serviced by Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. It's affiliated and third-party insurers.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays presented by FedEx. This hour is also brought to you by Lads for your zero-turn mower and golf car needs. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Yeah, the boys round here drinking that.
Welcome back in the Family Leisure Studios. Johnny Radio's Happy Hour is coming up next. I did want to say our thoughts are with John and his family. He lost his grandfather over the weekend, and so we certainly are thinking about John, and he will be here for Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, but I know this is a tough time for John and his family. We got a text here. Somebody asking, who earns the most money per year now overall in sports? And they're just talking like salaries. I don't even know. And I don't even know who's going to earn the most.
Floyd Mayweather.
Well, yeah, I guess if he fights one time.
He earned $285 million last year.
Well, Messi and Ronaldo
these soccer
are probably,
players make a ton.
Messi and Ronaldo make a lot of money.
They're 2 and 3 on the list.
Yeah.
Then McGregor
If you're talking
was 4.
big three here, I don't even know who's going to have the biggest contract in the NBA next year. I don't know who's going to make the most salary in the NBA. Got to wait for all these contracts to get sorted out. I don't know for sure who will be the highest paid NBA player next year.
Well, LeBron was the highest paid last year if you count his endorsements and all that stuff too. His salary though was only 33.
I don't know salary wise who will be the highest.
We've been messing with the Knicks all show long. You know, we're not the only ones around the country, maybe around the world, messing with the Knicks. But I think in the last 5 minutes, the Knicks have they've fixed their issues. I think they've made up for striking out on some of the big names because they have just landed, ladies and gentlemen. Drum roll, please. Thank you. Elfrid Payton. 2 years, $16 million. He's joining the Knicks. Elfrid Payton. So now you have the rookie R.J. Barrett, Taj Gibson, Julius Randle, Bobby Portis, Reggie Bullock, Wayne Ellington, Elfrid Payton.
Oh, that team could easily win 12 or 13 games.
Not an NBA championship team. I don't know what it is.
I think that's probably used up all of their cap space, too. I think they're now done. Like, that's pretty much it. Sleepy Z's mattresses and furniture. You don't need to be making $40 million a year to afford a mattress or some furniture from Michael Zellner and the folks at Sleepy Z's. You get great prices every single day when you go over there and see them at Sleepy Z's. 50 to 80% off retail store prices on great names, too, like Serta iComfort and Simmons Beauty Rest mattresses. Signature designed by Ashley Furniture and Benchcraft as well. Make sure when you go in, you tell them you heard it here on Sports 56 or mention either of our names to get an extra 10% off on anything in the store. Sleepy Z's at 2790 Kirby Whitten Road. It's at the corner of Summer Avenue. Sleepy Z's by Michael Zellner, where you never wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Time now for one final thing.
Before Greg and Eli get out of here for the day, they each have one final thing they think you should know to make it through the rest of your day. So here are Greg and Eli with one final thing.
Well, Dingers weren't just flying out of London Stadium over the weekend. They've been flying out of every stadium in Major League Baseball. 1 month after setting the all-time record for most homers in a month, big league batters did it again. 1,142 home runs were hit in June. That's 7 more than they hit in May. 5 of the top 6 home run months have occurred in the last 3 years. A total of 3,421 home runs were hit in 1,255 games through Sunday, an average of 2.73 per game. That is up 19% from the 2.28 average through June last year. Up 19% from 1 year ago. Christian Yelich leads the majors with 29. Pete Alonso, the Mets rookie, has 28. And Cody Bellinger of the Dodgers, 27.
So I mentioned the NL Central and how no team in the NL Central was over 500 for the month of June. The NL Central, the Reds are in last place in the NL Central. They are 5.5 games back of the Cubs and Brewers, who are tied for first. 5.5 games back in last place. There's only one other division whose second place team is that close. And that's the Phillies, who are 5.5 back in the NL East. Every other second-place team is further back than the Reds as a last-place team in the NL Central. Tampa Bay, 7 behind the Yankees. Cleveland, 8 behind Minnesota. Texas, 6.5 behind Houston. Colorado, 12 behind the Dodgers. And then, as I mentioned, Philadelphia, 5.5 behind Atlanta. And the Reds, in last place, are 5.5 back.
Well, most people projected the National League Central to be the closest and tightest race, but I don't think anybody expected at this point the 5th-place team to be that close and still actually in the race. 5.5 games out.
The other last-place teams, 30.5 back, 24.5 back, 17.5, 19.5, and 16.5. Reds, 5.5.
Yeah, but they're all tanking. The Reds aren't tanking. Thanks for listening, folks. We appreciate it. Tomorrow we're back at 10 o'clock. Among our guests, Joe Mullinax will join us from Grizzly Bear Blues to break down what the Grizzlies have done. Don Wade will join us for the dish. We'll have 2.5 questions, Humdinger's Trivia. It's all coming up on the show tomorrow. Again, stay tuned. Johnny Radio's Happy Hour is coming up next. For Austin Eldridge and Eli Savoy, I'm Greg Gaston. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, everybody.
Buddy, let me tell you what. If you ask old Will to say, here's the deal, friends, it's all going to pot.
You do it right to make updates to your home. Lowe's does it right, too, with July 4th savings throughout the store. Like $15 off gallon cans and $45 off 5-gallon pails via Lowe's gift card rebate when you buy select paint and stain. Get up to 40% off select appliance special values. And with your Lowe's Advantage card, ask for up to 24 months no interest on purchases of $19.99 or more. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 7/10. Credit offer valid through 7/7. Minimum purchase required, subject to credit approval, and can't be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
Starlight Lounge presents An Evening with the Progressive Box.
Adios, old friend. Yeah, I've got no secrets and no regrets. Well, a lot of regrets, but the point is I've got nothing to hide. Kind of like the way Progressive shows you their competitors' rates. You gotta put it all out there, baby. Excuse me, miss. Does this heart belong to you? Would you like it anyway?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparisons not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
You've been asking for it, Mid-South, and they finally did it. They're back. Excellent Window Tint is back, now with a new easy access location in Olive Branch, 7300 Kraft Goodman Road, just off Highway 78 and Kraft Road. Excellent Window Tint is back, just in time to cool the temperature of your car and make that car look cool as well. Unlike all those other North Mississippi and Tennessee window tint shops in the tint world, Excellent Window Tint is family-owned and operated, using the highest quality window tint with the best warranty and highest heat reduction film on the market today. And the lower Mississippi sales tax doesn't hurt your pocketbook either. Check out XLN xlntwindowtent.com for your free online quote or call 662-932-TENT. That's 662-932-8468. Now, if you want details, go to the website at xlntwindowtent.com or just visit the new location in Olive Branch, 7300 Kraft Goodman Road, just off Highway 78. The number again is 662-342-8468. They're back. Excellent Window Tint, now in Olive Branch.
Just the other day, I stumbled across an incredible full-service paint store, Memphis Paints, Benjamin Moore store, located on the corner of Mendenhall and Poplar. I learned how to choose the perfect color from their very helpful staff. Benjamin Moore paints are cut above other paints, high-quality paints that last for years and are easy to clean. Memphis Paints has the largest selection of colors on your palette, so whether you're painting walls, bricks, or concrete, let Memphis Paints and Benjamin Moore help you make the change. Located 699 South Mendenhall, call today Memphis Paints and Benjamin Moore at 901-683-7369.
The World Golf Championships FedEx St. Jude Invitational makes its debut at TPC Southwind, July 24th through 28th.
Join me, Dustin Johnson, when I return to TPC Southwind. Tickets are on sale at WGCFedEx.com.
Join Sports 56 middays this Wednesday at Landers Ford South on Goodman Road at the Old Country Ford location. This is your first chance at getting a free pair of tickets to the World Golf Championship. There are lots of great deals on all Ford cars and trucks. Plus, our friends at Moe's will be providing lunch. That's this Wednesday the 3rd from 10 to 1 for free golf tickets and more great prizes at Landers Ford South on Goodman Road with Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
If you're the owner of a company and you're tired of a dirty office building, or maybe you're tired of dirty restrooms, or floors and carpets that are filthy, or windows that you can't even see through, I've got a solution. Let Trinity be your cleaning solution. Trinity Professional Services. They're putting professionalism back in cleaning. They specialize in stripping and waxing and buffing floors, in cleaning carpet. Just make it seem like it's spring outside. Window cleaning where you see through and everything shines. Commercial janitorial services specializing in final construction cleaning. Hey, the people that own this company, they are big construction people. They know what needs to be done. So if you would like it done the right way, call Todd Pope or Tommy Ferrari, the former Tiger quarterback, at 833-6773. 833-6773. It's Trinity. They're your cleaning solution.
Real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGF-LP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina coladas.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check it out right here. Ladies and gentlemen. And now?
Now, the only man to give death a near Johnny experience. Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Holy cow, we survived the weekend. Most of us. Rest in peace, Granddad. Love you. What's up? Shout out up to the man up top. Glad you're with Grandma. I know she missed you, even though you're old. And I'm just kidding. Anyway, I know everybody and their grandmother that did survive this wild weekend. Well, they're probably kind of twisted, a little upside down, confused. And if you don't know what your basketball team looks like, guess what? There's a lot of GMs out there, I truly believe, don't know who's on their basketball team. It has been one of, and I've been saying this, and I have had many people, including one of my favorite people on planet Earth. I love Peter Edmiston. Peter did a lot for me in radio, taught me a whole lot. Very intelligent, knows basketball like it's going out of style. Just a really good dude. By the way, do you know Peter really well?
Yeah. Good guy. Good guy.
Really good dude. Very, very smart, flat out let everybody, know how things are. And I've been telling Peter for a long time that, basketball is what I consider the original reality TV series. Like, they used to have a product that was on court that I truly believe, and this is where young people, and I consider myself young, by the way, but people Gabe's age, they kind of get upset with me sometimes when we have these conversations. I don't know if we've had these conversations, but usually I don't have these conversations with a lot of young people. But when I'm at the University of Memphis talking with, 20-somethings and students, and I'll mention that, when I was growing up, and it makes me sound old, but basketball and what happened on the court was by far the biggest story. Like, what you saw, like going to the arena, watching the games, talking about so-and-so getting 20 points and 10 boards and having a double-double. Oh, my goodness. I mean, the original kid in Memphis, Larry Finch and, to Elliot Perry, to now, like, this is kind of a sidebar, to I think the original Grizzly, the first son of Grizzly, if you know what I'm trying to say, when the Grizzlies moved to Memphis, it's going to probably go down as Mike Conley. Came here as a 19-year-old kid. He's left. I'm actually going to be honest with you. I'll be rooting for Utah because of Mike Conley. I am not a Raptors fan because of Marc Gasol. But, man, when you, put Mike Conley on a team, I can't help it because of the person that he is. I like him. So I kind of, would root for him. But anyway, today is I get into all this stuff basically to tell you that we are getting ready to pull out studs and duds in the very, very first segment. The reason is one, there's a lot of studs and there's a lot of duds, and I got to get to it. Two, if you haven't noticed, the NBA in the last, since yesterday has gone flipped, turned upside down. Who knows where Kevin Durant's playing? Has anybody, are y'all out there with me, or was that the quickest into a dynasty y'all have ever seen in the Warriors?
It was a bad end, man. That was ugly.
It was a thud. That was a joke.
I think they're still going to be a good team, though. They're going to be solid.
Okay, look.
Championship winning team, on the other hand.
D'Angelo Russell and Steph Curry with Clay and Dre. Okay, sure. Iggy's now in Memphis right now, buddy. I mean, for now. I'm just saying, let's just be real. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. And people, I hope all of y'all are out there. I truly come in here at this time of the day and do believe that, and I know that y'all aren't like me and you get up in the butt crack of dawn and start listening to Wolo, that was back in the day. Listening to Press Box and then Peter and then CJ and then go straight into middays with Greg and Eli and my man, you got Max Vincent in the morning with CJ. You got Austin with them. You got my man Gabe and me going all straight up into, sports time with Drew, producing them. And I'm just saying, you got a bunch of people always talking everything. So I almost feel like y'all already, or you have to know what happened by Sunday. I mean, it is Monday, right? Like, I almost feel like people
Two shows into a Monday, I feel like people know what has happened. But at the same time, we'll touch it.
I will kind of somewhat give you the quick if I need to. The Brooklyn Nets, let's just be real. They have gotten, if you did not know, they made one mistake. They got Kyrie. I don't like that. We are going to argue that in a while, and y'all know I'm going to tell you why. And you're going to actually end up agreeing with me because I'm going to tell you right now, if I want you to think about something, if you look back just, 2-3 years ago, Brooklyn, I want you to remember this. Brooklyn had the best 1 through 9 team in all of basketball. I mean, dead serious. 1 through 9, Brooklyn, number 1. Guess what else they had? They had more picks than anybody and their grandmother. They had assets out the yin-yang. I mean, their starting 5 now this year is going to be Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Gordon Hayward, who can't even walk, and Richard Williams. Please tell me that that's about, 6th in the East? The East has now become a beast. And Boston 3 years ago, and Danny Ainge, the so-called genius, who had everybody and their grandmother, and again, like I said, had the best 1 through 9, screwed up. And when was his original screw-up? Not getting Gordon Hayward, not the injury with Gordon, but getting Kyrie Deadgum Irving. He was a cancer and a guy who completely killed a team. Anyway, I'll get into that later. James Nolan, by the way, he's also another loser. In fact, I'm so fired up on this Monday, and so much has happened. And again, like I said, I brought up that to say that I want you to think of what I'm talking to you about right now. If you realistically know what happened over this weekend, and you know the NBA, and I really feel that in Hoop City, that people know what's going on with their Grizzlies. People know all that's going on in the West. But the East has changed so much, it's not even funny. The whole thing with the 76ers.
We talked about this free agency being a switch of power, and
and
everyone always talks about the Western Conference just being better than the Eastern, but that ain't the case no more, man.
And you know what's so funny is I kind of got off to a sidebar and just remembered I got off this whole thing talking about how Peter Edmiston is the one who taught me like all this stuff about sports, and he taught me so much about basketball. And Peter could never understood how I took basketball almost somewhat to a little bit more of a, you know, because baseball and football, y'all know I'm a lunatic for. Basketball, again, Peter knows it like nobody's business. He understands every single number, how the contracts, how the salary cap works. He knows it. I always joke around and say, Peter, it's more of a reality TV show, and it's more exciting what happens in the off season than what actually happens on the court. Like the way they build these super AAU teams that are like, you know, I mean, it literally is almost like a playing card game.
I'm not going to lie. I had this conversation with my brother last night.
It doesn't feel like real sports, does it?
Well, the thing is, the offseason's so exciting.
Control. Yeah, it's exciting, though.
And then when you actually get the on-court regular season normal NBA game, it's really not that exciting, to be honest with you.
No, it's like, let's just be real, man. Like
some games are fun.
How did that Warriors thing end with a thud, a dump, a no good, nothing? It was boring. It was like, wow. And by the way, it was again, I still like Cobb owes me golf. I bet money again on the Raptors winning the series. And so anybody out there want to say Harden, put your money where your mouth is? Don't worry, Harden did put his money where his mouth was.
There's one big name
did
still
damn
out there.
Good.
There's one
Kawhi is still out there. And by the way,
I think we have a leaner though. I think he's leaning towards somewhere.
Is it somewhere in Los Angeles?
Yeah,
you think?
Definitely in Los Angeles.
Is it Clippers or is it the Lakers?
Oh, Lakers is where. What
you think
I'm
it is
hearing.
Lakers? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. Now, are they going to have like a 10-team roster?
They have no guys.
Honestly, I'm serious. Can you do that?
And then the word on the street about Andre Iguodala is that the Lakers are going to pursue. But at the same time, what can they give the Grizzlies? They have no assets. They have nothing left, man.
Give me some season tickets, yo. I'll try to talk to them. I mean, I don't know what you got else. What else you got, homie?
Y'all got a washing machine over there or a dryer? Because like I don't know what y'all can give me at this point.
No. But anyway, I just want y'all to realize that is my man, Gabe Kuhn. This is Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. We are here for 2 hours to have nothing but a blast, to kind of help you understand what's going on in this wild world that is, quote, the NBA, the National Basketball Association, or, as I like to call, the greatest reality television series in the history of the world. And there was, let's be honest, the day before, and this is also what I wanted to tell you. Yesterday, going in today, I want y'all to realize, do y'all realize we're halfway through 2019? Okay, so we're doing studs and duds in the very first segment. So the text question of the day at 67129 is, the text question of the day at 67129 is, what is the story of 2019? What is the team of 2019? What team died in 2019? What do you expect the rest of 2019 to look at? You know, just do the kind of the halfway kind of thing.
Hey, can I ask you a quick question? How happy you were about what the Knicks did yesterday?
Do you know I hate Dolan?
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, how happy are you that just ended up awfully?
Can I just tell you something? I don't usually do this, but it felt so good to listen to Stephen A. Smith go completely banana sandwiches on the New York organization and Dolan.
They had power forward mania, man. They signed like every power forward that was an unrestricted free agent in the league.
That's what happens when you got a guy who, like I said, I always say the Silver Spoon Club or whatever. Their guy who.
Do you even know who their GM is? I just know owner.
It's James Dolan, dude. It's
that's what I'm saying. But did you know they actually have a guy?
By the way, they
GM?
actually. Do you know what they? Okay, this is where James Dolan is kind of sad. I'm going to look it up to make sure I'm not wrong. But he went out and I think did something that no other NBA executive branch did. I'm going to tell you all at the break to make sure I'm not wrong and I don't have this information mistaken. But I think he was the first to do it. But with the outcome, it shows that people can see, like people read through people who are just fake. And that is James Dolan. He is unequivocally as fake as they come. And the New York Knicks, Madison Square Garden, all that there is. And think about that. We're talking about New York, really. And I've listened to people who live up there talk about, hey, there's one thing, like if you live in Manhattan, and then one thing if you live in Brooklyn. Like if you live in Brooklyn, you say you live in New York, and your dream is to get to Manhattan. If you live in Manhattan, you don't say you live in New York. You say you live in Manhattan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're where you want to be at that point, right? But what the Knicks and what the Brooklyn Nets did in 3 years that the Knicks have been trying to do for 20 it just makes me laugh, man. You have to enjoy a little chuckle after that, unless you're a Knicks fan.
I'm just gonna say, I look at it like this: if you're a New York Knicks fan, you've got to be heartbroken. If you're a Boston Celtics fan, you are now like the 6th team in the East, and you probably want to shoot Danny Ainge. I don't know how y'all screwed this up.
I don't know,
dude. Don't give me.
Hey, time out. Kemba Walker compared to Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
In that spot, I think Kemba is going to do better with what he has around him. And yes, they did lose Al Horford.
I'm not going to act like Kemba is not better. I'm not going to sit there and also say that he's that many millions better than Terry Rozier. And I'm also going to remind you, it realistically was, 2 years ago? I looked back at it. They had probably the best 1 through 9 collection in all of basketball, and they had more assets. They had more than anybody in anything, and they went out and got Gordon Hayward and Kyrie, and that's where the beginning of the end started. Gordon Hayward got injured. That was unexpected and heartbreaking. Kyrie's always injured. That is something you expect. And then the fact that, you got Kemba Walker to go with Jason Tatum and Richard Williams and Marcus Smart and Gordon Hayward again. Is that not right now 5th in the East? And again,
breaking news, by the way, news real quick from the Celtics. Enes Kanter signed. Yeah, that's going to make him way better, isn't it?
I love you for doing that. I really have to tell you, I love you. That was funny as hell. You are good.
That's serious, though.
Oh, I know.
That's actual breaking news. I mean, literally
do
seconds.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
This is a team that we got on to the team that was tanking, and, are they ever going to do it? And we killed Brett Brown and the 76ers. But look, I just want to remind people, it's kind of simple. And you know what? I need the music. Give me the studs and duds.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
Dadgummit, I'm going to start off with it. And I need to just say, Grizzlies front office stud. I'll get to that stuff later. Y'all are ballers, shot callers, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but in climbing I trust. How you like me now?
It's crazy. I think everybody sort of has that attitude.
I think
now.
Everybody and their grandmother should have it. But I got to get straight up to Brooklyn, man. Are you kidding me? Don't like getting Kyrie, but you go and get DeAndre Jordan and Kevin Durant. KD will...
That's a wash for the first year.
Dude,
realistically.
Unequivocally, it's a wash. This is all about 2020 and 2021. But this is a team, I want to remind you, and this is where I want to punch Boston in the face, and this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Do you remember where they were just a couple years ago? They had the worst salary structure. They had the worst team in the history of sport. They were what you call the capital S-U-C-K. That's what Brooklyn stood for. People still called them New Jersey because they were so bad, okay?
People wanted to relive those days.
They
had some good days when they were in New Jersey now.
And
Don't
now,
forget.
But let's just be real. I want you to think about what this team has now done. This team has now gone out there and added Kevin Durant, who is, of course, going to – A lot of people are saying, look, Rudy Gay came back. Look, people have come back. And Kevin Durant is not going to shrink because of this Achilles injury. He'll still be able to get his shot off. He was never known for Michael Jordan jumping at the free throw line and slamming down dunks. This was a dude who was a great defender who could get a shot off at anywhere he wanted to. Yes, he's dunked the ball, and yes, he's been under the rim. But again, let's remember how he makes his living. I think he's going to be back. And 80% of Kevin Durant mixed with DeAndre Jordan and what they got going over in Brooklyn. And yes, I know they got Kyrie.
I was going to say, don't ignore Kyrie.
I am not excited.
You don't
as much.
like him,
Let me just tell you something.
He is a good player. I don't think he meshes well, but
I don't either. But you know what? They say him and KD are buddies. Maybe it'll work out. But I got to say one thing. Also, this is weird for me. You know, D'Angelo Russell. I got to give a stud to what the Brooklyn Nets did. The biggest stud of New York goes to them. But a question mark goes to where my first dud is. And my first dud is the slowest, quietest end to what was a dynasty, which where people don't understand. At one point, we're talking about they changed the NBA forever. Pace and space. Look at the way they're shooting from everybody. Look at the small. Look how they're playing positionless basketball. Blah, 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 blah. All these things that they talked about the Golden State Warriors. And guess what? The guy who just, 3 years ago said we were, what did he say? We're light years ahead. He said his exact words right here. We are light years ahead of every organization. Well, damn it. Why'd you lose last year? And what you going to do next year, buddy? And can I ask you something?
That's a playoff team still.
Oh, that's a playoff team. Dude, this was a
come on now.
70
Hey,
this is a 73-win team that was going to a championship.
Granted, I'll give you that.
And
Yeah,
was going to be the greatest. Then they added Kevin Durant after they lost the finals after winning 73 regular seasons. They were it was I remember watching my girl Rachel on The Jump. She said after they got KD, they did a joke montage of like not one, not two, LeBron doing that, and they said no, but this is going to be real in Golden State. They played the dude saying this organization is light years away. Look, Kevin Durant got 2 MVPs and 2 chips. Steph Curry's got some regular MVPs, got him a few chips. No finals MVPs. I'm just saying. Him and Dre, and if you think that the dude who's going to take if I was right now, Steph Curry, I'm just making sure that the coach knows you never, ever put D'Angelo Russell in my room. If you know what I'm saying. You know he took the video and already broke up one marriage.
Yeah.
Come on now. Maybe
Steph
he's
better
grown
not.
up.
He just can't spout out about his relationship problems. It'll be all good, man.
Now, I have to say, the East is back. I give the East a complete stud. Look what Brooklyn has done. Boston, what they were just 2 years ago, and now that this is a 5th or 6th place team. Listen, the Bucks took a little bit of a punch. I was surprised they took it the way they did, but they added a little bit. Believe it or not, can you believe this? When Victor Oladipo comes back healthy for the Pacers, they added Malcolm Brogdon. Think about,
Do you think he was worth all that money? 4 years, 85 million?
Actually, see, I think Malcolm Brogdon is one of the most sneaky, underrated players that nobody talks about.
But then you have Oladipo and him in the starting lineup. They're both sort of combo type guards. I think it's a different sort of fit. I don't know, but I don't know about that money either. That's a lot of money.
I don't know. We'll see. I dig it. But here's what I wanted to also mention. We talked about how the East, Studley, they are now back in it. We have to say, realistically, let's go Utah with a big old, a capital S. Mike Conley. I am a Utah fan. Do y'all realize that Mike Conley with Donovan Mitchell, Boran Bogdanovic, you got my man Rudy Gobert, and then don't forget Joe Ingles. That is a hellacious starting five right there.
That's a well put together team. Well put together.
I can't believe I'm saying this. You have to admit this. This is going to be truth, and you know this is the truth. I think they could be one of those teams that could be fighting for the Western Conference Finals. They could be awesome, but you know what is also freaking out NBA and TV executives? Oh, damn, if Utah is in the finals, we are screwed.
I don't know. I think it could be interesting.
I'm just
depending
saying,
who comes
right
from the
after
East.
Toronto was in it, and then you follow it up with a year like Utah, NBA execs are going to be freaking out. They're going to be like, what's going on, L.A.? What's going on, Boston? Where y'all at?
Hey, by the way, did you see what your guy Dame got paid? His extension?
Dame time.
Oh,
Dame
my gosh,
time.
that's a lot of money.
By the way,
did you see it?
Yes, I did. And I want to ask you.
4 years, 196.
It's actually worth it.
Oh,
I can't believe I'm saying this.
You can't get rid of a guy like
because
that.
you
don't want him playing against you.
Nope. Because I'm also one of those guys though who can't figure out when this thing goes up. It must eventually there's got to be. I mean, I hate to say this. I never want to quote Dennis Rodman. I'm not a big Dennis fan, but you know what he said was 100% right. He said us old heads are out here looking at these guys going, "Who just signed for $40 million?" That's all I made in my damn career, and I went to 13 All-Star games or whatever. Now, he didn't say that, but he was quoting somebody else. It's just yeah, man, they getting paid bizank. Now, I got to go take me a break. We're coming back. We got a lot of halfway stuff. I still got more studs and duds, and I did want to tell all of y'all one thing. Everybody out there, we've been talking since the beginning of the season. Who's the best pitcher? Who's the greatest pitcher? Who's the best this? Who's the best that? I've been completely lost until I just finally realized this. He pitched yesterday. 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 14. Went back and looked at his June. See what he did this month. 45 innings, 68 strikeouts, 5 earned runs. Can we just say Max Scherzer and just shut up? You are the king, you are the king, you are the king. Now, I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. By the way, we got day baseball. Kevin from Inside One, 3 stars on Toronto. Dang, I wish you made it 5. Middle of the 4th. Blue Jays up 8-3 on the Royals. We'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. It is the middle of the year. Do y'all realize this? It's the middle of the year. The Grizzlies are rocking and rolling. The NBA is changing. You won't believe it. Yes, in climbing we trust. We'll be back. Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
Frontier Western Store's world-famous boot showroom is waiting for you. With aisles and aisles of boots in one easy spot, you will find your next favorite pair at Frontier. Everyone loves Ariat boots, and Frontier has over 1,000 pair in that brand alone. Come grab a pair of rugged work boots like the Work Hog, or discover an everyday classic in Ariat's Rambler. Tons of other brands as well: Rocky, Dan Post, Red Wing, Durango, Justin, Twisted X, and many more. Frontier constantly restocks and refreshes their lineup of boots, so you're certain to walk out of the store happy in your new comfortable footwear. They have a wide assortment of sizes available for men, women, and children. Work, dress, or play, Frontier's knowledgeable staff will cheerfully help you find the perfect fit. It's boots galore at Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road, Olive Branch, or on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated, you know it, since 1967.
His wife's words echoed in his mind.
You never fix anything around here.
Well, today that would change. He would fix the water heater. He'd show her that he was the handyman of this house. He was more than capable. Oh, no. Covered it. August 14th, 2008. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
You make a million tough business decisions every day. So here's the easiest one of the year. Dell's Black Friday in July is back and bigger than ever. Get no-brainer deals on the very latest computers with Intel Core processors and a huge selection of servers, electronics, and more. All with free shipping on everything. To make your decision even easier, Dell's Small Business Technology Advisors can help you find just the right tech. Call 877-BUY-DELL. That's an easy call to make at 877-BUY-DELL or visit Dell.com/smallbusiness.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roofing. As most of you know, I don't have a history of bragging or boasting that Five-Ash Roofing is the best roofer in the Memphis area, but did you know we are the only diamond-level roofing professional in the area? We are one of very few local roofing companies that have been in business for 20 years. We've never had a justified claim against us. We are locally owned and family operated. Our labor warranties are for the life of the shingles. We're experts in insurance claim. We do residential and commercial work. We are the official roofer of the University of Memphis Athletic Department and a proud member of the Tigers home team. We support local youth sports and St. Jude's. We have worked with churches and veteran services to help those in need by providing services at a deep discount or even for free. We are currently working with Young Life to give them a free roof on the historic log cabin in Germantown. Five-Ash Roofing. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour
Kick it over here.
on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
Ooh, I love being your pusher man. Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour on a great Monday. You know, it's getting hot out there, folks. This is the perfect time. You can get you a nice cold cocktail, sit out by the pool. You have that Sports 56 mobile app. Sit back, chillax, relax by the pool, and just listen to us. Keep you abreast of all the wonderful things going on in the wild, wild world that is sports. Now, I've been talking about this for a long time, and again, I brought it up very begin. My good buddy Peter Edmiston knows more about basketball. Dan Favali. I talk about these guys like Ron Tillery. They are unequivocally basketball geniuses. But then for me, I look at basketball, I treat it different than I do baseball and football. And I look at it more of a fan style and more of like the original reality TV show. And I just want to say, y'all know today's July 1st. It's the middle of the year. The very
free online, not free online, but online betting, now legal.
Is
in the state
legal
of Tennessee,
in the
right?
state of Tennessee. Good job, by the way. Yes,
I forgot.
That starts
See,
today.
I forgot
Almost
about that.
forgot. I can't believe that. How did I forget that? That's insane. How did I forget? Oh, wait. Never mind. I didn't forget. That's how I got Toronto. Woo! Yep, I used it. Anyway, point. This is the most important point, period. What I was trying to get at is, and the way I look at the NBA, and it's the halfway point, like I love football, and I see recruiting, and I understand 24/7 and rivals and all those good people. I love football, and I can understand getting like all up in some, recruiting and getting all up into now the transfer portal. It's very interesting. I understand it. I don't get just crazy about it. The NBA, though, how can you not get crazy about Kevin Durant and DeAndre Jordan and Kyrie Irving going to the Brooklyn Nets, D'Angelo Russell moving over, yes, you heard that correct, to that team that was once a dynasty. You remember the Warriors? Yeah, I remember them too. That team, yeah, that's where he's playing with Steph. And we're going to see what's going to happen. Is Clay going to re-up with that injured knee? Is he going to re-sign?
He already re-signed.
Okay, he
5
did.
years, $190 million.
5-1. That's what I actually was more of a. That's what I was wanting you to get.
I
to.
think, but the thing is with ACLs, man, nowadays they come back fine.
He accepts the
a lot of
max.
the time.
What I was trying to get at basically is what I'm trying to ask you is, and I did it in a very horrible way. Clay accepted the max. We understand KD accepting the max. I understand why the Warriors gave Clay the max. But my question is what I was basically in a very bad way of getting into it. With all the stuff going on in the NBA, Kemba Walker going to Boston, like all the stuff that has been crazy. Looking at all the numbers that are absolute lunacy. I want to know, what do y'all think about Clay? 5 years, $190 million to remain with the Warriors, and how does that work with now, which you talk about them being positionless basketball with Kevin Durant? I don't know exactly, though, how D'Angelo Russell fits in this offense, and I wanted to know realistically, does Clay as a spot-up shooter, Curry a shooter off the ball who dribbles? You got two
of them now. You got two of those
and that's
guys.
what I was getting ready to say. I thought that's what D'Angelo Russell did. So now my question is, when they are all healthy, how is this team supposed to work? Like, really, did the Warriors
Honestly,
just go thud and waste all this money?
Doesn't it just sort of seem like they just got more shooting?
It just seemed
they
like,
recruited
oh,
more
damn,
shooting and a
we
score.
had to get the best player from Brooklyn in this trade with Kevin Durant.
I really don't know what the plan is, how it's going to work, but I like Steve Kerr, and I think Steve Kerr can figure it out. I feel like he has shown that he knows what he's doing in these situations.
And, Steph is getting older. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying the older you get, the more pain happens. What if those ankles don't hold up? I'm just saying, Thompson, he's 29. This dude is a 5-time All-Star, 2-time, 3rd-time All-NBA player. He's got 19.5 points on 45.9 from the freaking field throughout his career. That's pretty sick. And do you want to know what his... I can go down to the decimal point, which I don't like because I'd rather round up, because 41.99, don't you think that should be 42? He's a 42% three-point shooter over 8 NBA seasons. He just hurt his knee. Don't you think he's going to come back and be able to do that?
I think he will.
I do too. Now, my question is...
But the thing is,
this is where I was
when
going.
you look at
What is that
KD's
gonna do?
injury compared to his injury, like ACLs, man, you come
It
back.
ain't nothing.
That's what. Weirdly enough, it really isn't, man.
It
really
isn't. But my question is, though, you got Clay who can shoot, you got Steph who can shoot, and now you have, of course, you still have Dre, and now you have, I don't know how this piece fits in. Like, what is he?
And what else? What can they go out and get? Because they need more. They know that. They have to know they need more.
I honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what the quote team who is light years away from everybody, and maybe that's why we don't know what they're doing, because they're light years ahead of everybody. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I don't know. D'Angelo Russell, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson. And could you imagine, D'Angelo Russell will start crying the minute that, he will cry every time Draymond starts yelling at him. I can just see it now. D'Angelo Russell, he's always picking on me, and he cup checked me the other day. and the other thing, he was really looking at me funny in the shower, and I'm really scared of him. This just does not sound like a locker room that is going to be what I call the best. Now, I want all you people out there, hit me at the First Bank text line at 67129. I want to know what y'all think the story of the halfway point is, because it's July 1st. We are halfway through the year. Is it Tiger Woods winning? Let's be. See, I almost kind of feel like, did the Tiger Woods winning the Masters, did that already kill the story of the year? Like, the minute he won that, he got closer to Jack. He got back into the storyline. And by the way, he also did something that I don't know if I've mentioned this. I feel like Tiger did one of the most inspirational things and doesn't even realize it, because there were so many people, at least that I know and that I talked to, and they thought that the last, true video of Tiger, and I mean the true video of Tiger, was going to be the DUI The arrest video where he was so messed up he thought he was in another state. I mean, he had the back surgery. He was on opioids. He was on drug. He was on a cocktail that he is, again, blessed from a higher power that he didn't hurt himself or somebody else. I mean, he is so blessed that the cops actually did pull him over. He got the help that he needed. And again, how many people have we seen have a back surgery, become addicted to opioids, and never come back from it? How many? Honestly,
there's millions. You say
Countless.
B with a B?
Billions.
There's so many. It's ridiculous.
So, do you feel like that is also one of the that might be the biggest story that is probably going under, I think, told? Because yes, Tiger did come back and win the Masters.
So far, that's got to be my
The biggest story
of 2019.
That's the biggest story of 2019. But you know, the most undertold part of that story is not that he came back and won the Masters and got closer to Jack. It's that he came back and won the Masters after the man was literally hooked inside of what we are going through as a country, collectively as a whole, this opioid crisis. And if a family member has not been affected by this, then, man, you are so blessed. If you don't know somebody that's been affected by this, then, man, I'm worried you ain't getting out enough. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing is, we've also swung so far back to the other side, is I am so against opioids, and I am so for saving people's lives and educating them, okay? Like, don't hand, like, because when I was growing up, when I hurt myself, do you know what they did? They just handed me a whole unopened bottle here. Grabbed me a whole bottle of, like, pills and would hand them to me. Like 120 tabs up in that bad boy. You know what I mean? Like,
they told me to rub dirt on it, man.
You know, and then when you wonder why you're sick, you don't know why you're sick, and you're just like, you're out of those things. You didn't even know why. But anyway, point is, what I'm saying is we've now come all the way back to where you have my grandfather who passes this weekend, and he has literal, like, this dude is, like, got cancer of the lungs, the stomach, the gallbladder, everything. They were like, hey, since his gallbladder is completely filled with cancer, can we remove his gallbladder? We're like, no, dude, he wants to die. And what is that going to do for him? Nothing. And y'all just trying to charge the insurance company and make some money? Damn. But this is what I was trying to say is, so if he wanted to be on like a pain medication, he had to stay inside the hospice and be on like a fentanyl drip. Now, if he wanted to go home with hospice and die, he was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. They couldn't bring fentanyl and give him a drip. They could only give him like Percocets because that's all they were allowed to have, the little nurses have. And I'm like, dude, so a dude with cancer can't even have pain medicine? You know what I mean? Like, damn, we're going way too far. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to die with some dignity, damn it. And now we can't die with dignity unless you're super rich or something. But anyway, sorry for the sidebar. I was just saying, I don't even know how I got on that. How did I get onto that? Who knows? I'm talking about how this week, I do want to say, though, the most important thing that I have not mentioned, and I'm going to go to a break right after this, because I've been doing studs and duds, and I've also said that this is the halfway, and I want y'all to hit me up at 67129. People are hitting me with some great stories. Raider Corey, thank you so much for saying, for the kind words that you sent out. For all you are sending kind words, love all y'all very much. I appreciate that. But again, we know like the weekend winners. And I'm going to do this with you real quick, Gabe. I go winners, Brooklyn Nets by far the biggest. I'd have to actually say Zach Kleiman, the fact that everybody and their grandmother now knows this man. This is a 30-year-old dude who was like, he graduated from Duke with a law degree and everything. I had to read all this stuff about him when he first got hired to learn a little bit about this young man. This dude has done nothing, but can I be honest with you? He's done nothing but, I wish I could say it, he's just kick tail and take name, if you know what I'm saying. He's been a baller shot caller, and I got nothing but mad respect for the man. And I got to say, just keep it going. And he's become a very, very, very big stud on my list. I also got to give a big stud not only to the Brooklyn Nets for what they've done with getting Kyrie, KD, DeAndre Jordan, and to only lose D'Angelo Russell in that situation, I think that was a stud. I think a big dud goes to the Warriors for going out with a thump. Yes, you gave Clay a ridiculous fat contract, and if he would have made it this year, could you imagine what you would have had to pay him this year if Kemba didn't get put on that team and he did? Ooh, Supermax. But anyway.
I mean, my biggest stud I have to give it to Zach Kleiman. Grizzlies are doing things the right way, and they're making fans happy, which is like a first, obviously.
Now, can we be honest with you? Kleiman and the Gasol and Conley trade have netted us Jonas Valanciunas, C.J. Miles, DeLon Wright, Jay Crowder, Grayson Allen, Kyle Korver, Brandon Clark, Andre Iguodala, 2 future first-round picks, a 2024 second-round pick, and that's more to come when they start flipping these dead-gum contracts, if you know what I'm saying. So, basically, if you hear what I'm saying, in Zach, with an H, by the way, Z-A-C-H, a lot of people don't know that, Zach Kleiman, my man, in you right now, I just got to say, we trust. And the Warriors, who are decades and so far ahead of you, I even think they might be looking at you right now saying, yeah, we might trust you too, because I don't know what happened to our damn team. We done lost it. Yeah, because if you heard correctly, they acquired D'Angelo Russell, lost Kevin Durant, and then they signed Clay to a max for him, and he's coming back from this knee. So it's going to be Steph, Dre, Clay, and D'Angelo. I just don't know how that's going to work. We'll see. Now, what's going to happen with Kawhi? Do not know. Do not know. Already told you straight up all kinds of things that were flat out amazing, but our quick studs, I've already told you in basketball, told you Max Scherzer in baseball, but I want to give the stud of the week to one person, and it's going to make me almost cry when I say this. I'm not going to read the whole story, because if you do read it, you will cry. Please tell me you know who Nate Lashley is.
I can't tell you I know him.
Dude, don't look up. If you get sad or if you need to cry, look up his story. This dude, I am not going to lie to you. I know my grandfather passed away this weekend, so maybe I was a little emotional. And I'm about to go to a break real quick. But when I read this young man's story, because I had no idea who Nate Lashley is. You know Nate Lashley? Well,
No.
Guess what? We're going to tell you who Nate Lashley is on the other side, so whatever you do. This dude's story changed my life, man. And what he did this weekend probably changed his and a lot of people. And, yeah, I might even make you start crying. So whatever I do, don't you dare touch that dial. We'll be right back on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check out Dave Voloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time, weekdays from 3 till 6 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between, in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
I want to invite you to come by the Spirit Shop. You know, that little log cabin on Poplar, your liquor and wine oasis. The Spirit Shop has been providing sports fans their beverage needs since way back in 1969. So come in now and get ready for the big game. Whether your favorite team wins or loses, the Spirit Shop will help you celebrate or ease that pain away. The Spirit Shop is open every day, and they're located perfectly at 4848 Poplar. That's the corner of Poplar and St. Nick.
You've been asking for it, Mid-South, and they finally did it. They're back. Excellent Window Tint is back. Now the new easy access location in Olive Branch, 7300 Kraft Goodman Road, just off Highway 78 and Kraft Road. Excellent Window Tint is back, just in time to cool the temperature of your car and make that car look cool as well. Unlike all those other North Mississippi and Tennessee window tint shops in the tint world, Excellent Window Tint is family owned and operated, using the highest quality window tint with the best warranty and highest heat reduction film on the market today. And the lower Mississippi sales tax doesn't hurt your pocketbook either. Check out XLNT XLNTwindowTint.com for your free online quote or call 662-932-TINT. That's 662-932-8468. Now, if you want details, go to the website at XLNTwindowTint.com or just visit the new location in Olive Branch, 7300 Kraft Goodman Road, just off Highway 78. The number again is 662-342-8468. They're back. Excellent Window Tint, now in Olive Branch.
Just the other day, I stumbled across an incredible full-service paint store, Memphis Paints, Benjamin Moore store, located on the corner of Mendenhall and Poplar. I learned how to choose the perfect color from their very helpful staff. Benjamin Moore paints are cut above other paints, high-quality paints that last for years and are easy to clean. Memphis Paints has the largest selection of colors on your palette, so whether you're painting walls, bricks, or concrete, let Memphis Paints and Benjamin Moore help you make the change. Located 699 South Mendenhall, call today Memphis Paints and Benjamin Moore at 901-683-7369.
Football fans or party fans, and the best party for any fan is the NFL Rep Your Team Party, 8 p.m. Saturday, July 6th at Cordova Catfish and Event Place. Wear your favorite team shirt, bring your fellow fans, or join in with other groups. The Mid-South Packers and Steeler Nation, M-Town Niners, Cowboy Stars of Memphis, and Titans Fan Club of Memphis. Camaro, Corvette, and Biker Clubs will all be there. Trophies will be awarded to the top 4 teams. It's BYOB from 8 to 10, and of course, there's also a full-service bar and food to order along with DJ Psych, providing the beats. $10 admission with football gear, $15 without. NFL Rep Your Team Party, 8 p.m. Saturday, July 6th at Cordova Catfish and Event Center, Germantown and Dexter.
Now, back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
What is up, what is up, what is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. And y'all know who I am. I'm your sports mixologist, John Harden. I am the guy that comes on here after middays, after they drop off all the amazingness to you. I come out here and just kind of joke around for a couple hours, have a lot of fun, usually give you picks that do nothing but hit and make y'all win lots of money. And then I turn it over to Wolo and Stats, and they drive you home. But I got to tell you, man, I got a story that is going to be a tear jerker. Like, I know I'm a little emotional. I lost my grandfather this weekend, so maybe I'm a little extra emotional. But again, the older I get, the more emotional I think I become. I think it's also because I have daughters, too. Like, you watch a bunch of little girl, shows. Like, when I was, watching The Never-Ending Story with Atreyu, I was in love with the girl, When I was a little kid, I was always watching, stories was different. When you watch girly stories, totally different. But y'all all know about that. Welcome into Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist, John Harden, talking about who knows what. On the other side of the glass, we got the man, the myth, the living legend, Gabe Kuhn. And we've been talking about today's July 1st, and I want y'all to realize, not only are y'all not allowed to drive down the road talking on the telephone, you're not allowed to text already, but just keep your phone, far, far away from you, or you will get pulled over, because it is July 1st. But it's not just that day, it's also the halfway point in the year. Biggest story of the year, send in to me. Is it Tiger Woods winning the Masters? Is it now Kevin Durant? And is it the change of power possibly moving from the West to the East? Or is Kawhi going to sign with the Lakers? We don't know yet what Kawhi is going to do. He's at one chip. We still just don't know what's going down. Zach Kleiman. We really trust. That's so awesome as a Grizzlies fan. You have to feel good about that. You also have to feel good for Mike Conley, who, is joining Donovan Mitchell, Joe Ingles, Rudy Gobert, Boran Bogdanovic. I always have to think before I say his name. Did I say it right?
I think it's Bojan or
Boran. I know it's Boran.
It's not R.
I'm almost unequivocally. If you look it up, it's Boran. And then it's Bogdanovic. Yes. Bogdan.
It's Bojan. That's his
wow.
name.
It's Bojan. It's Bojan. Oh, so
actually, I don't know how to exactly pronounce it, but that's what it looks like.
I got you. Anyway, Bogdanovic is all that matters. Joe Ingles, Rudy Gobert, Bogdanovic, Donovan Mitchell, and of course Mike Conley. That is looking like a amazing lineup out west. Again, of course, we know KD, Kyrie, DeAndre teamed up with Brooklyn. The Warriors, which were the dynasty that basically ended with a thud. They re-signed Clay. Great. They also got the basically worst dude in the NBA, the guy who broke up a marriage.
Okay. Not worst dude in the NBA.
Dude, you never ever
He's
tell
not-
on
he's
your
not a-
bros.
Yes.
D'Angelo Russell may
He
have
was
been
a
an
youngin',
all-star.
man. He was a youngin'.
When I was 4 years old,
That's almost
I knew,
unforgivable, though.
I knew not to. I knew you
No
don't
snitches.
tell on. Yes, snitches end up in ditches. Just remember that.
I thought it was snitches get stitches. Same
Not
thing.
in my life. Snitches end up in ditches.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is live. People hear this right now.
Oh, that's right. I'm just kidding. Snitches get stitches. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, I wanted to tell y'all honestly, though, I love being here and talking with y'all. I got great sponsors, MemphisFarmers.com. Check out my man, Mr. Gatlin. He don't play no games. And then don't forget, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. What's his name? Bill. Because what does he do? He buys houses. Everybody and their grandmother knows him. By the way, if you need to sell your house, do anything with your house, what do? You just pick up the phone. 901-406-1101. Say 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. And remember, this man does everything in Memphis. He loves the Tigers. Played at Hillcrest. Played for the Tigers. Does things for Susan G. Komen. He's Memphis born. He's Memphis bred. He's a Memphis man till he's dead. And he's helpful. He's a fixer. Call him at 901-406-1101. You call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses, and you will thank me later. I can guarantee that. Now, when I tell you about my man Nate, I'm about to bring up some tears. So Nate Lashley, he got his first PGA Tour win this Sunday. Okay? That's why I'm talking about him. So, he's a stud. Congratulations. He won his first PGA Tour. Isn't that awesome? But, dude, if you look at the backstory, makes you want to cry like a baby. 2004. He lost his girlfriend and his parents in a plane crash. He wanted to quit. He basically gave up playing golf. Then he decided to try to come back and play golf and then thought he wasn't good enough anymore. I mean, what I'm just trying to say is, like, this dude right now was about to lose his card this year, too. And he was literally at as we're sitting here right there, dead smack in the middle of the year before this Sunday, like going into this weekend, he was thinking that this might be one of his last golf tournaments that he ever plays in.
Don't give up, folks.
That's exactly what he's basically saying. Don't give up. See, in 14 events during the 2006 campaign, he made the cut just twice. This man made $4,394 all year long. He was in debt. He had to go back to Q school. He had family and friends supporting him and saying, you can do it. And he just says, I always thought I was good enough, but mentally, I was holding myself back, especially for the first few years after the crash. It was just always like something bad was going to happen to me, and I was looking for it. And I just felt like that was my destiny. Well, his destiny definitely changed. Man, it's hard to read, but I'll be telling you one thing. My favorite new golfer, Nate Lashley. Don't you dare touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Did you know Davis Motorhome Mart is one of the top 10 Tiffin dealers in the U.S.? Come tour the 7.5 acres of beautiful travel trailers, motorhomes, fifth wheels, and toy hauler towables half-tons. Motorhomes from 27 feet up to 45 feet from brands like Winnebago, Coachman, Puma, Highland Ridge, and Tiffin. Take advantage of Davis Motorhome Mart's big blowout sale on 2019s and 2020s on their way. Stop by your gateway to travel freedom. Davis Motorhome Mart at 1145 East Brooks Road in Memphis. Call 901-332-3414 and cruise by the website davismotorhomes.com. If you've always thought, hey, I'd look pretty good in a Lexus, well, guess what? Lexus thinks so, too. Lexus is offering you the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Great offers on all 2019 models and special lease options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. Stop by Lexus of Memphis, 2600 Ridgeway, and put yourself in the driver's seat of an all-new 2019 flagship LS500. Hey, you look pretty good there. Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing.
You make a million tough business decisions every day. So here's the easiest one of the year. Dell Dell's Black Friday in July is back and bigger than ever. Get no-brainer deals on the very latest computers with Intel Core processors and a huge selection of servers, electronics, and more, all with free shipping on everything. To make your decision even easier, Dell's small business technology advisors can help you find just the right tech. Call 877-BUY-DELL. That's an easy call to make at 877-BUY-DELL or visit Dell.com/smallbusiness.
Celebrate the 4th of July all the way till the 7th at Family Leisure. Play gyms now only $17.76. Dining sets as low as $5.99. 24-foot pools installed only $19.99. Replacement pools $9.99. All in-stock polyadirondack chairs are 20% off. Get free delivery and installation on grills and outdoor kitchens. The savings are exploding at Family Leisure now through July 7th. Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper. 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase. And 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
Looking good and feeling good? You've been to Rooster's Men's Grooming, the all-American classic barbershop. Whether boy or man, sportster or professional, when service matters, Rooster's is the choice for all gentlemen. Rooster's Men's Grooming offers a full-service shave, precision haircuts, and more, all with top-of-the-line products and a truly professional atmosphere. They even remember your name and offer you a beer. When looking good and feeling good matters, relax and unwind at Rooster's Men's Grooming, Paragon Place, 6300 Poplar.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studios, Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGFLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina coladas.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen. And now?
Now, the 3-time sexiest man in Millington, Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. This is one of my favorite segments of the week. We do it twice a week, straight no chaser. That's where I turn it over to my good buddy Gabe. But before I turn it over to my buddy Gabe, again, everybody out there is excited about what's going on with the Grizzlies. Everybody's also fired up with just the reality television show that is the NBA and how, let's just be real, the off season is more exciting than the product that's on the court now. I'm not trying to be a jerk when I say that. I'm just saying it is so out of baseball and football, the ones that I consider sports, this is the one that is more TMZ met Twitter, and 16-year-old kids are like, oh my God, they're teaming up together to make their super team. They're going for it. It's all about like super teams, and it just, the NBA is reality TV on steroids mixed with meth, I think. What do you think?
They just found a way to appeal to the younger audience, man, which the MLB has yet to do.
They have yet.
And that's really just
true.
the truth of it. And
It
that's
is
why
the point.
that's why it is the way it is. There's
And
so much reaction on Twitter from all this stuff.
So much. It's absolutely insane. And the numbers that these young men are getting is also, it's another thing that has people going banana sandwiches on the social
You
media.
got me when you said, well, football and baseball, which I consider sports. I was a little thrown off over here, man.
Sorry, that is kind of wrong, but man, it is.
But it's a reality TV.
It is.
It is.
It has come to feel a whole lot like a show.
They need to do like a Hard Knocks with a NBA team. That'd be all right.
By the way, though,
I'd watch that though.
I would watch that too. But by the way, though, I did also want to mention one thing. Fights to the Fits sold out. Baller shot caller. Derek Bell was in the fight.
I saw him
of the night. Got the decision. Yay. Don't play no games. If you are into Fight to the Fits, please do me a favor. Get your keister down there, because there is no joke about what they do. they throw down, like, those things are fun. Cody Sheffield got the decision over Nathan Bedwell. And again, like I said, Derek was in the fight of the night. Matt Murphy, a tip of the cap, dude. You fought your keister off. Both gentlemen gave 100%. That was 6 rounds of just amazingness. And I just got to say, all 5 fights were just absolutely awesome. Congratulations. The Fitz is the real deal, Holyfield. Now, before I hand it over to you, I did want to say again, a lot of people were talking about my man, Nate Lashley. And I wanted to tell you this before you take over. Did you know that he wasn't even playing this weekend, that somebody pulled out and he was a last-second replacement? Like,
it's incredible, man.
That makes even the story better. I mean, this young man, Nate Lashley, again, somebody was kind enough to send this. I copied and pasted it, brought it up. This is out of the Omaha World Herald, and it's talking about he's a Nebraska native, and it basically talks about everything that he went through. You know how he was on top of the world in 2001, graduated from Mitchell High School, shot like the course record, went through and played in high school 9 rounds of golf with not a single bogey. The guy was on top. You see what I'm saying? On top of the world. They were projecting this guy to go make tons and tons of money. He actually won a golf tournament to keep his amateur status. He turned down $1.314 million because he got first place. This is, of course, when he was like 20 years old and 22 years old. And then, of course, again in 2004, the nightmare happens. His girlfriend, his mother, his father are in a plane crash. They were missing for 3 days. They were flying back from watching him play in the NCAA regionals. Rod and Char Lashley and Leslie, his girlfriend, they were found in Wyoming and at Gannett Peak, some 13,780 feet above, it's just like, it's the worst story you could ever imagine. And this young man who, again, was on top of the world, loses his mother, his dad, his girlfriend, his life. And he goes from being like the best golfer to where, like he said, he knew he had the talent. He just couldn't hold it together out there because he would always think about them. And they would always enter his mind, and it just didn't work out. And then he said a couple friends decided to talk him back in to start playing golf in 2016. And next thing you know, he works and goes to Q school and does all this stuff. Gets a call last week that somebody's out. He goes in, and he runs away with it. He wins it. He now gets to keep his card because he was pretty much going to lose it this year. Again, some of these stories, I talked about it on Friday. Do you remember when I said, D. Gordon hit that home run? Like, there's something out there. There's a higher power. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If you're a good person and you never, ever quit and you always persevere, something good's going to eventually happen. And again, Nate Lashley, you're by far my favorite story from the weekend. Now it's time to turn it over to my good buddy Gabe and Straight No Chaser.
This is my favorite start to the week right here.
Yes,
always is. All right, John, and I know you have one of these. And you know what? You can go any direction you want.
All right.
Do you have a public intoxication story for me? Not, it doesn't have to be you. I don't know any about that. But like a friend.
Now,
one you've
I'm
seen.
gonna tell you one of the best. Well, of course, in the cops, they were like pointing at him.
Was anyone hurt?
No, nobody.
Okay.
No, this wouldn't be funny if somebody was injured.
Okay.
No, this is how lucky we are. There wasn't a single person in Rum Boogie at this time, except for the man in the back who was doing all the numbers and stuff and putting the money up. So he was a complete opposite of where the wreck had happened. So nobody was injured. But man, if you could have just seen how drunk this dude was. And then so the cops arrest him. And, of course, I'm running because I'm a nosy person. I want to be all up in it. And I got to see it. And the cop, is arresting him. They're like, sir, we're reading you your rights. Do you know what you were arrested for? And he's like, I haven't a clue. I was just walking down the street. And y'all come up behind me and arrest me. And he's, looking over at me like I'm going to help him out.
No way.
Like,
Dude,
dude,
he really pulled that.
Like, that's your car right there.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And they were asking, they're like, so is your car license plate this? He's like, yeah.
Well, this is more drunk driving than public intox.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But at the same time, wow.
The way is he got arrested, though, was because originally I think they had to charge him with public intox before they added all the other charges.
So this dude ran through a wall with his car and then hopped out of his car and just
then
walked down the street.
Took off down the street like he was going to get away with it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. It was pretty
I don't know how
wild.
to feel about that. I really don't.
I still think the funniest thing was he's like, I don't know why y'all are arresting me, man. I was just walking down the road. Can barely speak.
Unbelievable. But the reason I ask
I got to
is
know, yeah.
Former Dallas Cowboy Josh Brent, he was defensive tackle. He's worked in the scouting department for a few years now since he retired. He retired in 2014. He had some previous stuff with being drunk, and I don't want to get into all that. But he was found this weekend sitting in a Wendy's parking lot, hyperventilating and talking to himself in the fetal position, right?
Like,
And
for
cops,
what?
And cops approached him, and they determined, oh, wow, this guy is absolutely out of his mind plastered. I mean, he's gone, right? And immediately he starts resisting them, when in reality, they would have probably just let him go, right? He starts resisting them, doing all this stuff, apparently pushed a cop at one point, and they pull out the taser, tase him, gets a public intoxication. And he's been on, I talked about what he had earlier. I said he had an earlier conviction. He's on 10 years of probation since 2014.
You're talking about the Dallas Cowboys,
Yes.
Josh Brent?
Yes. Do you remember the story?
Yes.
that broke back then? Yes.
Like, I remember that, but I didn't know that he did something again this weekend.
He this weekend got tased because he was resisting arrest due to a public intoxication.
Wasn't a very good weekend for professional athletes, was it?
No, man.
Did you see Mark Rippon?
What Ripien?
Man.
Ripien? Is that how you say his name?
Mark Rippon, old school
Rippon?
quarterback for Washington.
Yeah.
Way back in the day. Like, him and his wife got into it in the parking lot or something. I don't know. And he ended up getting arrested. All I know is that this is how it reads. And this is where you know it's not good. When it reads, when the police pulled up, Rippon was sitting in the car and his wife was laying in the grass. Usually, and he was arrested for domestic assault. That's all I got for you. But again, that's usually not very good.
Usually? I would venture to say 99.9% of the time, that's a bad situation.
Yeah, like if you pull it up on
Horrible.
Like when you're a cop and you pull up on a situation like that, what do you even do? Like, yo, Holmes, like, do I need to even tell you get in the car, or are you just gonna come on?
A lot of drunk people out there, man, doing bad things this weekend.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Former football players too. Look at that, 2 in a row. That ain't good.
Yeah, I didn't like that. By the way, Zeke Elliott got me mad this weekend.
Well, he's meeting with Roger Goodell, ain't he?
Yeah, he is. And I'll tell you one thing. If he says what he said this weekend on Twitter and stuff, I'm going to tell you right now, Roger ain't going to like it very much. Go watch the video. He was trying to say that this 19-year-old kid was the aggressor and that he was the one who overreacted.
You seen the video?
Yes, I've watched the whole video.
Yeah, and he pushes him right over them?
Yeah, Zeke's a jerk, dude. He's a jerk.
He is. He really is. Now, I'm just going to ask you straight up. This LeVar Ball, Charles Barkley thing, have you even seen any of it? Have you seen any of it? Because this made me laugh so hard over the
Can
weekend.
I just tell you something? Charles Barkley, I got mad respect for. LeVar Ball, I don't think he understands that Charles ain't joking. I think Charles was unequivocally correct in everything he was saying. But I think...
I mean, he just called him an idiot,
he
basically.
Just, like, that was it. Just he said, he's an idiot. We don't need to put him on TV anymore after the Molly Karen thing. That was it. That was all he said. You think that would be squashed. No, LeVar comes out, puts out a video, how Chuck... This is what I call the lowest of lows. This is where I know you're a piece of S right here. He goes out and he knows that Charles Barkley has gone on and talked about this in public forums so many times it's not even funny. And I'm not going to tell anybody news out there. Charles Barkley was raised by a single mother. Charles Barkley, everybody knows about it. He talks about how his mom worked so hard for him. He talks about how men need to be, better fathers and how important it is to have a father figure in your life. And he said how important sports were for him. And he does all this. And LeVar Ball is such a low-class piece of S that you want to say to him, you wish I was your daddy because you didn't have a daddy? Are you kidding me?
Charles
That's so
ought to
low. I would kick his butt. I'm not playing
seriously,
with you.
I'm not kidding. I think Charles, like, he
You
deserves
wish
a
you
couple
had a
licks
daddy.
on. He deserves a couple licks. Like, he needs to give him a 1-2 or something, man. Because I can't imagine someone like really being the audacity that LeVar Ball really
I thought
has
it was
nowadays,
the lowest
man.
blow I've seen in a long
That's
time.
ridiculous.
You don't bring in family like that. Like, you just don't.
And you don't pick, especially when someone has a soft spot like that.
Like, you just
especially
don't-
that
he
tough of a
doesn't care.
soft spot.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care about anything but
man.
himself.
He's just trying to make news, get clicks. That's what
and
he
that's
does.
exactly
That's what he lives off.
And I'm gonna tell you one thing. I can't wait till he does run into Chuck, and I'm praying Chuck beats the brakes off
Chuck,
of him.
that would be ugly, man. I wouldn't want to. LeVar would be
And I hope
wiped,
smartly
wiped all over
a
the
jury
street.
of his peers find him not guilty.
Oh God! Oh no! He went there. Okay, but I see. I don't know. I feel like LeVar would have his part in that. He's definitely said enough.
Yes, he has. That's. Oh, by the way, happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
What? Oh, what do you mean?
Did you not know what today is?
No.
Today's the day every
He signed
single
that
year.
contract?
Bobby Bonilla gets to a whole
Get his money?
boatload of cash from the
How
event.
many years was that?
Dude, I think he's got 16 more years or something. What
did it start at? It was like 20.
He gets
25 years?
paid on July 1st $1.9 million every single year, all the way until 2035.
Is that the worst contract in history? I'm gonna go ahead and ask you.
Oh yes,
easily of
By
any
far.
sport in any sport.
The Mets. The reason they did this was all because of Bernard Madoff. They were making such a large return. They're like, yeah, we can pay Bobby Bonilla all this money back because look at all this money we're making on this great investment we have with Bernie Madoff. Wrong. Sorry, Bernie. Bernie took the Mets for a couple $100 million, and my man Bobby took the Mets for 1.9 every July 1st from 2001 to 2035. Good job, Bobby.
All right, we've started summer. Have you had any run-ins with wasps, insects? How's it working?
I'm a fan of bugs. I like bees.
Okay.
I had
bees. What about wasps?
I saved a
Wasps?
bee the other day. Wasp, I'm not. I
They don't really do
dig
anything
them.
for-
They don't
for
do
me.
anything for me. I don't like wasps. I'm not a wasp fan, so I don't mind stepping on a wasp. But don't be killing no bees in front of me.
I mean, we're running out of bees. We gotta keep
Bees
them
are
around.
important. Bees are the bomb. I like bees.
They pollinate everything. They do their job. But I got to tell you, John, do you want to chase her real quick off this?
I do want to chase her because I'm very confused.
This is scary. So wasps are now forming super nests.
What?
With thousands of them in there. Normally you get the little tiny one.
Yeah,
with
they're
a
really
few in
annoying,
it.
and you can kill them.
Get this. The Alabama Cooperative Extension System, and I have a picture of this nest that they're talking about, warned of nests the size of a Volkswagen Beetle with as many as 15,000 wasps inside. So that's 4 times a normal nest.
Wowzers.
So if you start getting those, man, you really gotta watch yourself, because those things will come after you. Wasps are relentless too. I don't know if you've ever been stung by them, but they just keep
Dude.
coming back. It ain't like a bee where they just sting you, they're dead.
I pimp slap a wasp, man. Like, it ain't no joke, dude. I'll take a wasp out like you ain't. You see a wasp come around me, it's on.
John,
man.
you got to look through the glass. Look at this. Look at this nest.
Dang! No, I'm running. I'm running fast.
You ain't getting that thing down with
In
a broom.
fact, I'm
Usually I
running
slap
faster
them
from
off
that
with.
than the police.
Usually I slap them off with a broom. That ain't coming down with no broom, man. You better get some heavy duty something.
Police are running from that. Fire
yeah,
department's
easily.
running from that, and they don't run from nothing.
Easily. We were talking about the bees last week, right? Or was that Friday?
Man, we were talking
Were
about
the
last
bees?
week.
Yeah. What? Insects are coming hard this year.
Man, by the way, I wanted to ask you before we get to Hardwood, and I know this is your segment, but I wanted to ask you a question. Who had a worse year, Kareem Hunt or Tyreek Hill?
That's tough.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
Well, but at the same time, like, nothing has happened. Kareem's got his 4 games, but then, like, Tyreek, as far as I'm concerned, is way worse. Like
I do too. I think Tyreek's the biggest piece, and I'm wondering, is there
But
any way
nothing
that
has been
Tyreek
done,
Hill
dude.
can ruin the Kansas City Chiefs before the season starts?
No. I think they're in good hands. I think the Chiefs are going to be fine regardless. But just the fact that nothing has been done. They've met and still nothing has been done. I guess he's suspended from he can't go to the facility, but no games so far. There's been nothing that has come out about it. And I guess they don't have like full on, but they do have proof though, right?
Oh, dude, Kareem
Theoretically?
Hunt and Tyreek Hill, different situations because Tyreek Hill's original, like what caused
Kareem's
him
on film.
was he was
doing it.
one when he was on film and it was in the NFL. Two, Tyreek Hill started in college. You know what I mean? And then, with his, the stuff with his baby's mama and the voice and all that stuff's all crazy. But the reason I ask you this, because there was a video that did come up over the weekend. Did you see it?
Of what?
Kareem Hunt talking with several police officers in Cleveland.
Okay.
He was partying hardcore. Small argument ensued with friends. Everybody's saying that this got blown way out of proportion. And I do agree it got blown out of proportion. Nobody was arrested. He wasn't detained. Everybody left without incident. It seems like two men got in an argument over at somebody's house. Police were called, or police showed up. They talked. It just seemed like it was a small situation that kind of got blown out. And of course, what happens when Kareem Hunt's name's involved? Kareem Hunt was all over Cleveland news over the last few hours. And if you went on Twitter and you looked it up, you can right now find the Kareem Hunt video where he's talking with the police.
I've never understood why when you get into trouble, you go out and party like all the time. Still.
I
feel like
know.
it's like at that point when you've been in that much issues and you have a suspension, you should probably lay low for a good while.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't go out and have fun, but to get caught like what, a few months later?
Like all the dang time, dude. Can you take a little bit of a break? You know what I'm saying? Now, can I ask you another question? This is something huge. Please tell me you saw all the stuff that's going on at USC. That whole whistleblowing, the assistant, the humiliation. Do you know what I'm talking about? Rick Courtwright?
A little bit.
Ooh, we are going to have a very fun Hardwood, I think. We've got some stuff in Hardwood that I'm telling you is going to flip you out and make you feel oh so good. We got craziness all over the place. But before I get to Hardwood, I do want to remind you, by the way, imagine 2019. Jabari Parker. Imagine this in 2019. Actually, imagine this 2009. Just like, or 2001 even. Imagine if Dennis Rodman in his dress back in the day signing his books would have done this. I don't even know if it would have been looked like that. But did y'all see Jabari Parker and a lot of the other, Jason Collins, Shamiko Holdsclaw, actually Ashley Battle? Did y'all see all them out with the gay pride thing?
I saw that.
I was very, very surprised. And I'm not saying this because the thing is, I'm telling you this is just I'm being honest with you. And you can get mad at me or whatever. Adam Silver, yes, the NBA has a float in this pride. But don't act like Jason Collins wasn't out of the league right after he came out. What I'm just saying, Jabari Parker, he is in the middle of free agency. And, homie, I don't know if you noticed, Jabari Parker really ain't lived up. You know what I'm saying? He's been injured the whole damn time.
Yeah. I'll give you that. But holding someone out of the league because of something like that.
No, I'm not saying they will. What I'm saying is that just shows how quickly in a few years the NBA has changed. And I'm wondering, and what this is the question I'm asking is,
for the better.
Yes, no, but I'm asking you, did it all start, and we didn't even realize it just 2 years ago when Adam Silver went on that on the gay pride parade when he was on the float? Is that when the change happened and yet nobody even paid attention?
Well, I think within the U.S. there's a switch within the past decade. And
Dude, let's just be real. Come on, man. I mean, we can talk about all you want about, yes, there has been a switch, but still, in the locker rooms of pro sports, in the majority of sports, not as much has changed as with society. And I have to say, the fact
it's just a low percentage in sports, though.
I guess the fact that I see Jabari Parker in a year of free agency when he hasn't lived up to his hype, the fact that he's out there on the day of free agency, like hanging out, doing the gay pride thing, instead of worrying about his image and getting into the league. I'm saying that is
but here's my question. Where we are as a society, why wouldn't that help his image?
Well, why
He
don't you ask
accepts all
Jason
peoples.
Collins this? That's what I'm saying. Like this, you act like Jason Collins. This was 15 years ago. This was 2 years ago.
Well, was he a good player? I don't know
His
the whole
brother
Jason Collins
stayed
thing.
he wasn't the greatest. I'm just saying he still could have held on. What I'm just saying is, all I was trying to get at is, did we miss a point in history and we don't give the man any respect? And I'm talking about Adam Silver, because Jason Collins was the first openly gay active player, and then right after he came out, he was out of the league. And then shortly after that, next thing you know, Adam Silver gets a float in the gay pride parade. He is seen on the float as the only actual NBA representative at that time, along with Jason Collins. And now, just a couple years later,
He played 8 seasons, though.
I know he played, but he didn't come out till the very. You know what I'm saying? That once he came out,
He
was
wasn't a good
done.
player, though, from what I'm seeing.
Okay, listen, I'm not sitting there, dude. He was a twin. Him and his brother. He's a center, dude. This is in these years when you're 7 feet tall, all you did was sit in the middle and rebound. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not trying to even say even there's a black ball. All I was trying to say was, damn, do you not realize that in a blink of an eye and in just a matter of 2 years that this league has gone from, like, the NBA used to be the most anti, at least this was what I was always told, and at least the people who I talked before I even came on the show, anti LBTQG whatever, they were recognized as the most anti-league. And I'm saying in a few short years, the way they've changed their perception is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, you had Allen Iverson. You had people many a time saying openly many horrible things. And that's what I'm saying is like, I guess that's also a credit to them, because you're looking at me as like you are shocked at this.
No. I mean, I get where you're coming from, because yes, since Adam Silver has taken over, it's been a more forward-thinking.
I can just tell you right now, just 5 years ago,
trying to be more accepting.
Free agency. If you were a free agent, there ain't no way you would have found yourself on a gay pride float if you were in the middle of free agency 5 years ago.
Well, 5 years ago, I'm sorry, man. That's just not a good time. That's just not good. You got to be accepting of people.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree completely. I know where you're coming from now.
Yeah.
Now that I sat back and listened to what you had, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's just weird. It's just weird to sort of think about that we have to. I don't even think we have to have this conversation, really. Like, if he's out there supporting people, supporting gay people,
I can
don't
tell you don't talk to as many people that are much older than me. I can tell.
Oh.
Oh man.
Well, realistically, man, like I get where you know a lot of the older generation is on that topic, and I get religious beliefs, and I get Andre Iguodala.
Oh,
there's a
God,
lot of things about him. He has come out and
he's
talked
come
about
out
that stuff.
And said, pray for.
But
you.
I personally, I think that it's wrong to even sort of have this conversation. Well, Jabari Parker's at a gay pride festival. Why do you think that's going to affect his free agency or anything like that, or how far we've come? I think we just need to accept where we've come. And yes, I think there's older people, yes, that still are not on that boat and will look at that
even
wrong.
Me, like for me, I am sorry. The first thing I am not going to lie. I'm going to just tell you from one end. I'm going to go to a break immediately. This is just the selfish of me, and I just want you to know the truth. The first thing when I saw Jabari Parker on that float, I said, damn, isn't he a free agent? Oh, my gosh, has he lost his mind?
And I think
he's costing himself millions.
I don't think
sad.
So. That is very sad.
It's very sad.
I hate that that's a conversation and a thought that we have to have in our mind. But
I do too.
I know there's probably some people out there listening that are, get that.
Yep.
Get the point. But
by the way, we'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I talk my brains out, and y'all know that. We'll be back with a little bit of hardwood, because, yes, it does feel so good on Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Frontier Western Store's world-famous boot showroom is waiting for you. With aisles and aisles of boots in one easy spot, you will find your next favorite pair at Frontier. Everyone loves Ariat boots, and Frontier has over 1,000 pair in that brand alone. Come grab a pair of rugged work boots like the Workhog, or discover an everyday classic in Ariat's Rambler. Tons of other brands as well: Rocky, Dan Post, Red Wing, Durango, Justin, Twisted X, and many more. Frontier constantly restocks and refreshes their lineup of boots, so you're certain to walk out of the store happy in your new comfortable footwear. They have a wide assortment of sizes available for men, women, and children. Work, dress, or play, Frontier's knowledgeable staff will cheerfully help you find the perfect fit. It's boots galore at Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road, Olive Branch, or on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated, you know it, since 1967.
Hi friends, I'm Shane Stanford from Christ Church, Memphis. Here at Christ Church, we believe in Memphis and we believe in you. And every Sunday at 11 o'clock, we want to invite you to come hear a biblically based, Christ-centered message that talks about God's love for you and His guidance in your life. And also to hear an interview by amazing people who are doing incredible things for our city and our community. So don't miss us, 11 o'clock, right here on this station, every Sunday morning. I'm Shane Stanford. Remember, you matter.
And now, the worst commercial ever.
I'm Jake. And I'm Jack. We're the Plow Guys. How do we keep your driveways clean? With commercial auto and business insurance through Progressive. They help through the customized insurance plan that keeps our business on the road. And that's news worth shouting out loud simultaneously.
Enthusiastic yelling at the same time.
Yeah!
Terrible. Whereas commercial auto and business insurance through Progressive is anything but. Visit progressivecommercial.com to quote today. Insurance provided and serviced by Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. It's affiliated and third-party insurers.
Memphis's hometown event is being elevated to one of the biggest events on golf's calendar. The World Golf Championships FedEx St. Jude Invitational makes its debut at TPC Southwind, July 24th through 28th. Don't miss PGA Tour superstars Justin Thomas, Brooks Koepka, and more.
Join me, Dustin Johnson, when I return to TPC Southwind. Tickets are on sale at WGCFedEx.com.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today: 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Join Sports 56 Middays this Wednesday at Landers Ford South on Goodman Road at the Old Country Ford location. This is your first chance at getting a free pair of tickets to the World Golf Championship. There are lots of great deals on all Ford cars and trucks. Plus, our friends at Moe's will be providing lunch. That's this Wednesday the 3rd from 10 to 1 for free golf tickets and more great prizes at Landers Ford South on Goodman Road with Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Y'all know who I am, your sports mixologist, John Harden. What a wild week it's been in sports. The NBA is going crazy. The Grizzlies and Zach we trust. And this is not Zach Randolph either. This is a 30-year-old Zach Kleiman, the man in charge of the front office, who seems to me making dreams come true. I'm being dead serious. I am not this is not hyperbole. This is not me over-exaggerating. I am extremely excited to where this Grizzlies organization, it actually feels like it has a direction. I can't wait for Ja Time, Trey J, all the things that are going down. I am excited. Now, I'm also excited because the best story from the weekend is honestly, I never would say this, after all the stuff that's going on in the NBA, from the Brooklyn Nets, just basically dive bomb James Dolan and literally just, do you know what it would have been like? I would have given anything to be a fly on the wall when James Dolan found out that Brooklyn got KD, DeAndre Jordan, and Kyrie. Like, how awesome would that have been just to watch him lose his deadgum mind? I mean, that would have been great. But the NBA has been completely, absolutely banana sandwiches. But we also have so many great things that are going on, and I cannot wait to tell you about some of them. Like, we have some wild stuff. Like, we also had some idiots play baseball in London, which was just stupid. And it also was stupid how long it took the deadgum game. 385-foot center field wall.
They were scoring a lot of runs.
Man, home runs still be getting hit. You
First
know
game
what
was what, 17-13?
Man, I honestly, the 9 o'clock start was kind of cool because I like that. Because I was like, man, right when I wake up, I got baseball. I'm kind of digging this. But that was after the, Saturday debacle of home run after 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 home run. And it literally, they scored, I think it was 12 runs in the first inning. The total was 11.5. They got the over in the first inning. It was 6-6 after the first inning, people. You know what I need to do? I need to tell you that we're about to go to Hardwood because Central Barbecue is simply the best. They got the best barbecue in the world. Go to cbqmemphis.com. That's cbqmemphis.com. And why do you do that? Because we live in Memphis, Tennessee. Other people don't. And if you want to ship the best barbecue in the world to people outside of Memphis, go to cbqmemphis.com. It's so simple. Order some of that unbelievable pulled pork, some of those ribs, their signature sauces. Oh my goodness. And mail it to some people, maybe somebody to close out a business deal or some Memphis expats or whatever. They're going to love you. Now, if you live in Memphis, make sure you stop by one of their 4 amazing locations. The new Bad Boy on Poplar. It's right down the street, not far from the interstate. I'm telling you, it is out of control and it's blue and beautiful. Beautiful. I love that place. Then, of course, everybody knows the original. It's like kind of got a lot to do with the University of Memphis, too. I've gotten a lot to notice. I remember when that Bad Boy, when the patio was going and I was a youngster, I loved the original. A lot of people forget about summer. Like you're cruising down Summer, man, you might forget. Hold up. If you're on Summer, do not forget there's a Central Barbecue right there. And then if you're at the Civil Rights Museum, you're downtown checking out everything. Right when you're done, it's just right there behind it. It's a hop, skipping, and jumping away, going over there, get a little educated, learn a whole lot about this city, and then go get some of the best barbecue in the whole wide world. Central Barbecue, it's simply the best, and they give you Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
It is Access Hardwood, and yes, it does feel so good, and there are so many things to talk about, and there's just so many things I got to bring up, and there's some of the best and some of the worst things in the world. You know what I mean by that? And I think there's
a lot of good stories, a lot of bad. I mean, I'm looking at some of these Hardwood-esque stories.
Oh. Well, I want to ask you this. Did you by any chance see the young umpire kid at all? Like,
That's one of the good ones.
That was the good hard.
Yeah, that's good
so
stuff
you saw
right
that
there.
one?
Yeah, of course I did, man.
Dude, so okay.
Good old Josh Cordova, is that his name?
Good job. Yes, I thought for a minute when I first saw it, I was like, is this happening in Cordova? That would have been so embarrassing. Last week on Hardwood, we talked about the embarrassing fight that was honest to God. It was one of those things. I mean, did you really, by the way, did you know that it wasn't in the fight? Did you know that was a 7-year-old baseball team?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so
that's pretty. Well, when I saw how old the umpire was, I sort of assumed it was a young
13
age.
years old. I didn't realize he was 13. Okay, this is where, again, there are certain things out there that break your heart. And then there are certain things that just make you proud to be a human being. And I never, ever thought I'd be giving love to a umpire, an MLB umpire. But an MLB umpire reached out to this young kid because he had the worst experience of anybody, I think, ever when it comes to umpiring a ball game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I unfortunately was very childish last week, and I kind of was making fun and finding it hilarious because if you watch the video, you see adults. You don't think about
so-called adults.
Yeah. They were so-called adults. You see this woman, and you see like this man and this other man, and they're literally throwing punches. And there was a woman that was on the field, by the way. Did you see her holding that little bat and like shaking it at people? Like, I mean, it was one of the ugliest situations ever. Now, I saw the video that day. Now, over the weekend, a whole lot has been made about this story. The umpire was 13 years old. This young kid was caught in the middle of one of the most violent brawls that I've actually seen at a kid's game. In fact, again, what kind of example are you setting for 7-year-old kids?
I mean, I don't know what state of mind you have to be to do that in public. Like I don't either. I don't think I've ever been in that situation.
You know, I got to give a shout out.
And I can't relate.
And I need to give a quick shout out. I play baseball still. Bunch of 30 to 40-year-old, 50-year-old men. And we hang out even in the same dugout. We have umps. We argue and a little bit. We have never gotten into anything ugly once. You know what I'm saying? Like, never. And for this to happen around kids, I just don't understand how it's possible. So Bo and man, Robert and Travis and everybody out there at HDL, y'all are the bomb diggity. But anyway, like, I don't know how this could happen, but this is where I got to say, holy cow, I didn't even know there was a good MLB umpire out there because all we do is talk about the bad ones. So I want to give Chris Guccione some serious love because you know what he did? He reached out to Josh Cordova. He invited him and his entire families to a Rockies game, gave him the entire VP experience, took him back there to meet the deadgum players, took him backstage, you know, talk to him about, you know, umpiring and just how it's not like that. And I just, because you know what? Who knows? This kid may grow up and be an umpire one day. But you know what? He may not have ever umpired another game again if Chris didn't reach out to him. And I just want to say, never thought I'd be talking about Hardwood Hero of the Week. And it's umpire Chris Guccione.
An umpire doing something well, doing something nice.
Something not just well, but something that was just absolutely awesome, I think. What do you think? You think?
I think
awesome?
that's great, man. Like,
Yeah.
being a kid in that situation's got to be the worst day of your life.
Now, are you ready to talk about the weird?
Let's hear it.
All right. So we were talking about gay pride earlier, correct? What do you think about 2 lesbian fiancés fighting each other at UFC 239?
That'll be cool. What do I think about it? I mean, I don't know. It should be a good fight. It's Amanda Nunes and who else?
Oh, you already know who it is?
I'm a somewhat of a... I watched the fights this weekend. I know John Jones is fighting this weekend. It'll be fun. But
it's Nina and Sardoff against Amanda Nunes.
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 They can fight. She can fight. I've never seen the other girl fight, though.
Now the lady, this is so weird, okay? The couple, they've been together for years. They got engaged back in 2018. They say their relationship is rock solid. They say their relationship is so rock solid that there will never be any hard feelings even after the fight. But they kind of want to fight because they do argue and goof around about who can kick each other's butt. I'm just going to tell you right now.
That would be interesting. I'm just
being honest right here, okay? I'm going to tell you right now. I don't think there's a relationship counselor out there that's going to suggest this. Like, I'm just shot in the dark.
Let me point this out, though. When that same relationship therapist realizes the money they would bring in from said fight, do you think they'd say, okay, well, that constitutes that's a good reason to go for it, right?
Now, I mean, you know what?
That's a good thought, right?
That is something so funny because do you know, now that you bring that up, do you know what Nina said?
What?
Nina said fighting Nunes would probably be her last fight ever.
Just to be honest,
Nunez,
I know
sorry.
Amanda Nunez is a really good fighter. I've never heard of Nina,
Well,
so
she
I gotta
said it would
imagine
be-
it would be a.
Nina says it would be her highest paid fight by far. She would bring home that money and retire immediately.
Makes sense.
Now, she's got to be like, she did fight Holly Holmes. And Holly Holmes is a chick that knocked out, our girl.
Did she beat Holly Holm had to have beat her, right? Are you talking about Nunez or Nina?
No, I'm talking about Nunez.
Oh, Nunez.
Yeah, she knocked out Holly Holmes.
Yeah, she's a stud.
Holly
she's
Holmes
really
is
good.
the one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, like, this Nina girl is what I'm trying to say is, does she realize she's messing with her life, it seems like?
Truthfully, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, Nunez is a great fighter, so I don't understand how someone I haven't heard of would beat her.
And this is the weird part, because the couple, again, like I said, they've been together. They train together. They live in the same household. They're engaged. Like I said, they're going to get married. They want to fight each other before they get married. And I'm just trying to say, as their cute little arguments over breakfast, which, by the way, this is just such a weird, like, hey, I could not imagine waking up and, Gabe, get a grapefruit out of the refrigerator. Okay, Johnny, will you grab the cereal? Gotcha, Gabe. You know, I'd kick your butt, Gabe. Nope, I'd kick your butt, Johnny. Like, I don't know, dude. Then you actually fight? That sounds like a really bad...
I can't wait for another... Tom Cruise and Bieber is no longer the fight to watch.
Oh, I know.
Did you see this?
By the way, this is hilarious.
Steve-O said, hey, why are you calling out Tom Cruise, man? Come after me, Bieber.
And here's the thing. I think this should 100% be a fact. If Steve-O beats the crap out of Bieber, Bieber has to get a tattoo of Steve-O's face on his back.
I think Steve-O would wipe the floor with him. Man.
Oh, he would.
Steve-O's crazy.
Yeah, he would.
Steve-O don't feel pain. You ever seen?
Dude,
his
I saw
movies?
what he did to one of his things. That
Dude's crazy.
Yeah. Steve-O would wax him.
I don't think I'd fight him. And I'm probably way bigger than the dude.
Can I ask you a question? And a very honest one. We don't fight anymore as a society. Like, this is a fact, Jack. By the time I was 16 years old, had been in at least 100 fights. At least. I mean, I
That's a lot.
To my friends. I mean, 16, let's say, 20 times 5. Yeah, I was at least, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't touching those numbers, bro.
But like I
not
said,
touching
kids
those.
fought back then. We fought like every weekend. That's what we did. Like, we'd meet up and fight, And then we'd
Rule
be
one,
each
don't
other's
tell anybody about
buddies.
Fight Club, man.
And then we'd also play football and baseball and I don't know.
Tackle football was always a big thing.
But now,
Growing up.
now the weird thing is now all these like, what do you call them? Reality stars or basketball stars. Anybody who becomes a star today wants to fight another star in a different like sport. Like Steve-O was one of the original reality stars, and now he wants to fight Bieber. Bieber was like the original YouTube star, and he wants to fight the original like movie star Tom Cruise. Like, what the hell is going on? And now we have two lesbian lovers,
Hey, can
and
I
Amanda and Nina, who want to fight before they get married.
I want you to notice something about all these. They never actually fight. Soft. It's just soft stuff, man.
Oh, that's right.
They never actually fight. It's just all words.
Shout out to my boy Greg Gaston, the wussification of America. We got to take a quick break, but we'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Just don't ever forget this. When you think insurance, think MemphisFarmers.com. That's right. Call my buddy Chad Gatlin. It's simple. It's naughty. It's so simple. Actually, it's so simple. If I were you, I would just go to MemphisFarmers.com, or you can do me a nice favor and call the 901-235-1176. That's 901-235-1176. But I still think MemphisFarmers.com is the easiest, most effective way to get my buddy Chad Gatlin. And by the way, he's now sponsoring the show. You know how it goes. We'll be back on 2 Shakes of a Lamb's Tail on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Sports Time with Warlow and Stats. Every weekday afternoon from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
The forensic analyst searched for clues to the house fire.
Could that be
Starch? Suddenly it came together. The fire was started by
an over-microwaved potato?
covered. July 25th, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Summertime and the living is easy. No more cutting or paying utilities. Literally, you guys, Town Village Audubon Park, nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $2,300. Gourmet Chef Joe welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free daily transportation, utility bills, monthly coffee club, theme, dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. The living is easy. Town Village Audubon Park.
University Plastic Surgeons is proud to offer Cool Sculpting at 25% off. Freeze away your fat with the world's #1 non-invasive fat reduction treatment. You'll see results without surgery or downtime. Cool Sculpting is FDA cleared, safe, and effective. University Plastic Surgeons offers this simple in-office treatment. This non-invasive 45 to 60-minute procedure can actually be performed on your lunch hour. 25% off treatments until July 31st. Go to utuniversityplasticsurgeons.com or call today to schedule your consultation. 350-4858. 350-4858.
You've been asking for it, Mid-South, and they finally did it. They're back. Excellent Window Tint is back, now with a new easy access location in Olive Branch, 7300 Kraft Goodman Road, just off Highway 78 and Kraft Road. Excellent Window Tint is back, just in time to cool the temperature of your car and make that car look cool as well. Unlike all those other North Mississippi and Tennessee window tint shops in the tint world, Excellent Window Tint is family owned and operated, using the highest quality window tint with the best warranty and highest heat reduction film on the market today. And the lower Mississippi sales tax doesn't hurt your pocketbook either. Check out xlntwindowtint.com for your free online quote or call 662-932-TINT. That's 662-932-8468. Now, if you want details, go to the website at xlntwindowtint.com or just visit the new location in Olive Branch, 7300 Kraft Goodman Road, just off Highway 78. The number again is 662-342-8468. They're back. Excellent Window Tint, now in Olive Branch.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roofing. It is that time of year where the weather is unpredictable, and given the recent storms, it's a good time to discuss insurance claims. So here's a few things you should know. Always hire a local contractor, because if you have a problem with your roof down the road, you want to be able to find him. Never allow anyone to pressure you into signing a contingency contract. They're used as sales tools, making you feel committed, and the truth is, those contracts are not worth the paper they're written on. Be careful of door-knocking salesmen. Some are reputable, but many are not. They canvass the neighborhood and tell everyone to file a claim, working their percentages and not caring if you file a claim even when they know the likelihood of it being approved is low. Some will even damage your roof, hoping to convince the adjuster it's storm damage. That's fraud, and contractors have gone to jail for that. So do your research and know who you're hiring. Five-Ash Roofing, the official roof of the University of Memphis Athletic Department. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Now, back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why.
For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, you'll probably go crazy in bananas, but don't worry, I got you covered. Because if you're going crazy, you're going to need some insurance. And I got a guy named Chad Gatlin. He's now sponsoring my show. He's like my buddy Bill. His name, though, is Chad. Instead of getting houses, he's got you insurance. 901-235-1176. That's 901-235-1176. Chad Gatlin, and it's so simple. Auto, home, life, business. He's got you covered. All you have to do, though, it's so simple. MemphisFarmers.com. MemphisFarmers.com. That's right. He's with Farmers Insurance. The best, the brightest. You want to be with Farmers. You want to be with Chad. All you got to do is go to MemphisFarmers.com or call him at 901-235-1176. That's my guy, Chad Gatlin, who's now the man, the myth, the living legend. He's giving you Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Now, speaking of all the stuff that he's giving, I've been giving a lot of information away, but so is my good buddy, man, David Cobb over at the Commercial Appeal. Woo-wee! Chandler Parsons, yes, he's still going to be our highest paid player in 2019-2020. By the way, David Cobb, who works for the Commercial Appeal, you can follow him on Twitter. It's at David W. Cobb. He's released what is called his estimate of the 2019-20 Grizzlies book after the Iggy news. And basically the Giannis news and all the news that's been going down. And basically from Chandler Parson at $25.1 million is the highest paid, all the way down to DeLon Wright, who's the 16th player making $9.26 million. Well, you also have, of course, Dylan Brooks, 1.62. But these are guys that I'm not talking about. Anyway, point is I'm not going with the Grayson Allen.
You want to hear something wild?
Go right ahead.
Breaking news.
Uh-oh, you got breaking
Warriors
news.
Joe Lacob says the franchise will retire Kevin Durant's number 35 jersey.
What?
Yes. They're going to retire number 35 as a Warrior.
So what's the bigger news? Enes Kanter, Blazers, no, I'm joking with you. Hold on. You're being dead serious, aren't you?
I couldn't be more serious.
I honestly think Seth Curry going to the Mavericks for 4 years and $32 million deal is actually a bigger story. KD, I guess he's the two-time Finals MVP.
I guess, but
but he came to a 73-win team. But I guess he's basically saying, well, Kevin Durant will never be looked at as an Oklahoma City
Thunder. So does that
Thunder.
mean that clearly? Obviously, the other three are getting their jerseys retired, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got the Draymond, you got
they're got to do all of them.
Yeah,
They're going to have
right?
4 hanging.
It's very interesting to me. I'm because KD came after they won their first one.
I didn't think that was going to happen, to be honest with you. You kind
This
of
quick,
messed me
too?
up. Honestly, Hassan Whiteside. Did you see that? Did you hear about this one? You know that, right?
What?
The Heat are sending Hassan Whiteside to the Blazers. You know all
I
about
saw
one.
that. I saw
Yeah.
that.
So that's one of the whole things. There's some stuff that's going down that's actual news. That's kind of what? Kind of like that Josh Brent arrested news. You know what I mean? Kind of like all the stuff that's going down. That's the one that kind of stops you. You're like, what did he do? It's been a wild day. In fact, if you're an NBA fan, you're going banana sandwiches. And if you're a Grizzlies fan, all I have to say, I bet you're a big Zach fan. What do you think? And I ain't talking about just Randolph. Zach Kleiman's the real deal.
You better be. You better be.
Got to give congratulations to my man, BY, the Fight to the Fits. They were awesome. Derek Bell, thanks for coming on my show last week, and thank you for giving me the fight of the night. Matt Murphy, tip of the cap. That was an awesome show. Congratulations to Cody Sheffield for getting that, that main event cruiserweight belt. But anyway, I had a lot of fun. I always have a great time. Tomorrow, though, I'll be out laying my grandfather to rest. So my man Gabe's going to take over this bad boy, and he'll drive y'all and take care of everybody. I'll see y'all on Wednesday. But until then, do me a favor. Always check out my peeps, MemphisFarmers.com or 901-406-1101, my buddy Bill, or Central Barbecue, the peeps that I love. And also, don't touch that dial, because coming up next, my guys, Brett Norsworthy, Dave Woloshin, Sports Time from 3 to 6, right around the corner. One more thing. No more baseball in London. Get out there and make this world a better place. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace!
Welcome to Sherwin-Williams.
Hi there. I heard paints are 30% off.
Yep, and stains too.
Right here.
Mm-hmm. Only at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
Right now?
Well, June 21st through July 8th.
Ah, bring it in. I'm a big hugger.
It's cool. Ask Sherwin-Williams June 21st through July 8th and save 30% on paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.94. Only at your local Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Fire up the savings with the JCPenney 4th of July sale. Now through Sunday, shop your favorite brands for the family at 50% off, like select St. John's Bay, Arizona, Exertion, and A&A. Plus, get select bedding, bath, luggage, and mattresses for up to 60% off. Take an extra $10 off $25 with your coupon waiting for you in the JCPenney app wallet. The deals are lighting up this 4th of July at JCPenney. Offers valid 7/1 to 7/7. Exclusions apply. See store jcp.com for details.
Gun enthusiasts in the Mid-South know all about guns and ammo at 3615 Summer and 577 Goodman Road, Suite 4 at the corner of Goodman and Elmore in South Haven, because they carry the largest both guns and ammo in the area. They are authorized dealers of Colt, Benelli, CZ, Smith & Wesson, Glock, Ruger, Sig Sauer, Bergara, and a lot more. If you or someone you know is looking for something for self-defense, competition, hunting, or just something that goes boom, then get to Guns and Ammo, 3615 Summer in Memphis and 577 Goodman Road, Suite 4 at the corner of Goodman and Elmore in South Haven. At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Your home for the Ole Miss Rebels. Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGF-LP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's time for Sports Time with Warlow and Stats. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. The first hour of Sports Time is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin and Brett Stats Norsworthy.
Welcome in. We start the week, the fun and games have begun.